What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the stream. The finals are happening in 30 minutes, but we are going to be bringing you the Dashcast pregame show, where we're going to be talking about the match that happened last night, the third place match, and the finals coming up. So it's going to be awesome. Welcome. I am Goose, as always. I am joined by Grim, Lobster Master, Willow, and NotGollum. Willow and NotGollum are in the same room. Fancy pansies.
They're in mics. You know, it's a whole fun situation to try and not bump into each other and make it work, but it's definitely worth it, especially for finals matches and all this live commentary stuff. It's a really good time being able to just run off the energy of each other and the energy of the game that's happening right in front of you. So happy to be here.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess let's just hop right into it. We're going to be talking about the third place matchup that happened last night. This was ZTI versus Pew, which was they're 10-3 versus 10-4, so it's pretty evenly as far as win-loss ratio. And then versus each other, they're 1-1. So this was going to be a close match. And let's see how that turned out. So I guess we've got some highlights coming up. If you guys want to
on the forward pressure here.
So.
They started out with for the first half of the match with Pew only having 4 players. It's kind of like honestly incredible, the performance that they were able to put up for so long, holding off ZTI as long as they could. ZTI still made it pretty far down this lane. This is 89%. That's kind of a difficult mark for teams to reach under normal 5v5 circumstance, but usually being down 1 player at this high of a level, if that were to happen anywhere, I would think you'd want it to be on the defense, but that is still an impressive achievement to be holding ZTI for this long until you get your 5th when the side switch. That's just one thing that really immediately stands out to me about this match and goes to show how exciting it's going to be.
Zayn able to
and Grim and Lobster, y'all were watching this match live. I ended up watching it more in post. Did you have any insight from either of the teams about or any ideas about how this match might go initially before everybody actually got into the lobby and was ready to run things?
It's hard to tell at first, considering that they were so even throughout this whole season, 10-4, 10-3. But the odds really did look like it was going to go to ZTI, considering they only had a 4-player lineup. Obviously, it was proven wrong when Stun joined in and they ended up winning that launch pad. And then, Pew got their momentum back and they won the quarry and all that. Or did they win? No, they didn't win the quarry. They won only the launch pad, and then they did a control point. Yeah, no, it was
No, ZTI with the 4v5.
It was fascinating to watch.
Yeah, that definitely is a huge upset. Being able to win a payload when you have one down for the entire first half of the match, like that's pretty impressive comeback coming out of them, and I think that's definitely a well-deserved win on that payload. It was definitely super exciting to watch, and now that we're looking at this Corey here, Corey, it's so funny. I love watching players play Corey because like every single rule that you think applies to teams and how they play and what they do, like I feel like Corey is just the great like equalizer, that it doesn't matter who you are, what team you're on, like things just become chaos, and it's about how can you manage like all of these different things all happening at once, and can you thrive in such a chaotic environment.
Trying to get a cheeky kill.
No, I can't. I totally watched live and also totally watched after it was live to, like really think about the game. So I have so much insights. Yeah.
Did you have a favorite map, Lobster, out of the 3 they played?
Out of the 3 they played, I think the first one was or maybe the second. I don't know.
It's hard to choose. I mean,
yeah, that's what I was totally going
exciting
for.
Being a new map, the 4v5 to 5v5 swap, the last minute point for Core. I think it was 2v2 up until like 23 and a half minutes or something. Is that right?
Probably.
Yeah, it was very close. It was very close. And as you can see here with these final scores from the match, it was like 89.08 and then 89.09, like really close. Pew had a good push there at the end of the payload, and then the dominations were both 2-3. And the thing about the dominations is it was like one team would score a point, then the other team would score a point, and they just went back and forth trading blows until Pew ended up coming out on top. So it was a good match.
Yeah, those are the most fun to watch for me. I love seeing the back and forth and everything, and you know that was why I loved all that time back when like D lost that one Corey, was because the people went through the basement. I can't remember what team it was. I think it was Arc went through the basement a bunch. Yeah, and it's just like it was so exciting to see, you know, the trading blows of just like back and forth and back and forth. I think it really like turns what some people consider to be one of the more boring maps into one of the more interesting ones.
Yeah, absolutely. We do have, before we discuss the playoff match, the finals match that is happening soon, we do have a 5 years of championships videos. It's crazy that it's been that long, but season 0 through 10. Here we go. We're going to play this video. It's got all the highlights.
3 ways to come up. So just drop in a couple shots, clear out the card, or just clear up a path.
See, but teams Kane is getting a countdown, but it just
and then only popping out to close himself whenever he absolutely has to get let go, and then going back to
That's it. All 5 are down. That's it. Game over.
A couple kills. Does get taken out, but oh man, Phoenix just absolutely holding this lobby area. But I would like to see a little bit more content.
3-1 is holding on. But Phoenix desperately trying to control the space with only one time left alive, and one time does get taken out, and that's the 3rd point for Envy. Envy are your Dasher Tier Season 5 champions. What's going on? It's your boy Goose in the booth. I got Jaden right next to me. They are well on their way to making it thus far. The defense of both teams has been good enough to clear their base. It is huge.
Outdone by UNSC.
Oh, only 2 players left alive. UNSC gets the point and wins the finals.
There it is. UNSC takes it.
This is going to be a great one.
Good, holding down from this flank position and pushes forward, going to let up the pressure. Mike wins. Not getting that kill. That is important seconds of mission.
Oh,
Life win.
We are seeing that Life is your Season 9 champions.
We'll see you guys all for the next season. Coming to you soon. Dash League Season X.
Look at those doofuses up there.
That was awesome. It's always nice to look back and see the maps the way that they used to without all the textures and everything. That's crazy.
Yeah, and the old team logos and the team names and everything.
Oh, yeah. So here we go. We're going to talk about Tank versus FeaR, the match happening in about 20 minutes, the finals of Dash League Season X. Tank coming in here 12-2. This does include playoffs, by the way. FeaR 10-4. And Tank is leading in all of the categories. But FeaR has been around for 4 seasons. So do we think that wisdom is going to help them in any way? What do you guys think?
Not sure how far wisdom will get you when most of your roster has been replaced.
That's just what I was gonna say. Yeah, I mean, they are both a bunch of veteran players, but even with knowing that they're a bunch of veteran players, like FeaR did switch up their roster extremely significantly. I think here in this finals, we're only going to see a handful of their roster from last season. So they are kind of coming together a little bit as a new team full of veterans. But I think even just if you look at the individual play time from the FeaR players, I think there might be a little bit more of a repertoire there than there is on Tank. I know Tank players some of them have taken breaks and some of them, they've broken apart, come back together a little bit. But a lot of the Tank players were old Iron players that have, they were a team that I mentored a lot when they first came around. They were, they reminded me a lot of the teams I've been on of what they, even if they can't pack a punch in killing power, they'll make it up for tenfold in coordination and learning each other's habits. And they took, some time apart on these other teams, but they've come back together, and I think they've hyper been focusing on that coordination here. So I think the experience might go to FeaR, but I think the interplayer, how the team works together, I think Tank could really take that. So
what you're saying is the wisdom goes to FeaR, but actually the wisdom goes to Tank.
Exactly.
See, you get it. You get it.
See, you're correct, but actually you're wrong.
It's like a 2-arm horse coming in here.
A centaur?
Yes. All right. Anyways, let's take a look at these rosters coming in here, because that's an important thing to look at too. So Tank coming in here with Shout as a captain, Blobfish with his LOL, Jonius, bony-eared, Destroyer, Baron, Suitmaker, Fractor, Toast, Toss, El Defi, Channel Cat, which is Humbles, Man of War, which is Bread, and IV. So Tank bringing a pretty strong lineup into this match. Well, I mean, their roster is pretty strong, I should say. Who knows what their roster, or their actual starting lineup is going to be? But what do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I have a lot of experience with all these players. IV used to be on my team with me, Loop. I played a lot with Shout. And I played a good amount with the Suitmaker. Toast used to be on my team as well, all very solid players. But, I've been surprised too a lot, especially by Jonius. Players that come in just bring unbelievable killing power. Defi is someone that I've seen go from, kind of an average disruptor in Dasher tier to, oh my god, he has blown up to a really solid disruptor who knows his role and does it really well. And I think a lot of that is thanks to Shout. I've seen him personally put in an unbelievable amount of time into studying his team, what his coordination needs to be, what his plays need to be, his enemy teams, putting together, 8 hour long, or putting 8 hours into making these huge documents, into studying his enemies and knowing what to do and where to go. It's been really impressive to see how much every single player here has put in the time, because they really, really want to take this.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's go ahead and take a look at FeaR's roster now. So FeaR's coming in here with Toga as their captain. I have no idea. Is it Ecurial?
Ecurial.
I was close. Okay, cool. We got Cream, the Flame, Hog Rider, Noggle, Aluno, Satan Slayer, Rain VR, Chrome Heart, and Ignite. So, I mean, this is a pretty stacked lineup as well.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you don't stay in high Dasher tier for the whole season since you first get up to it without having a bunch of experienced players. Even FeaR before the big roster switch up was still pretty solid in my own assessment. I didn't know a lot of those players personally very well, but gaining a lot of players like Hog Rider and Cream with tons of notoriety for being skilled in their own right is a big up for them and a hurdle that I'm sure they're well aware of, and Tank has been well aware of ever since the whole bracket for this finals has been made.
Absolutely. And both of these teams just like running the gauntlet to get in here, and I am so excited for this match because I think it's going to be, I mean, obviously let's look at these stats again. Because like I said, Tank is leading in all these stat categories, but I think the playoffs are just different.
Yeah.
And both of these teams are going to do everything in their power to win. So I think it's going to be a great match.
Yeah, absolutely. And can we just talk about how crazy these stats are? I don't know if I've ever seen like a cumulative total, including playoff stats of a team put together like this before. And like getting 6,000, almost 5,000 kills in one season. That's incredible. That is so many kills.
It's almost unbelievable.
I know, right? Like it's, I mean, I guess when you put it with 110 map wins, I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. But even still, that's like crazy, man. I mean, that's a lot of kills across a lot of games. I mean, it just shows how much all these players have been playing so unbelievably much that they really, deserve to be here. Yeah. Oh, geez. Yeah, it's really exciting to see, and I think this is going to be definitely a great match to be the culmination of season 10. I mean, one of the best seasons we've had of Dash League coming together with one of the greatest playoffs, I hope.
Well, and the thing that I loved about this season is that there was no, like, in previous seasons, there have been like teams that you're like, they're probably going to win, but like,
right.
Going into these playoffs, it was like anybody's game. It like there were, I mean, all of Dasher was in a position that they could absolutely make it to this game, and to have these two teams in here is just awesome. And then correct me if I'm wrong, but is this the first time we've had an EU team in the finals?
That is an amazing question.
Yeah, I believe so. Definitely in recent history, most certainly. But it's possible that one of the early seasons before I came in was no. But yeah, I think you're right. I think that's actually a really amazing observation. That this is the first time the EU has really packed a punch all the way up to the finals.
Yeah, and so that's a whole nother layer to this match that I'm excited for. Like. It's going to be a great one. Let's take some comments while we're in here. And
so I did crunch the numbers for Tank. It's actually only 56.10909090 etc. kills per map win over the team, and divided by 5 for each player. That's only 11.22181818 etc. Kills per player per map win, which seems kind of low, actually.
I mean, when you put it that way, I guess it divides up a little, a little odd.
Yeah, but you definitely know it didn't turn out that way in the actual maps.
Oh yeah,
Somebody got 60 kills, everybody else got 0.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man. Joni is saying, I'm genuinely stoked. Jonius, are you playing in the match? Commenting on the stream?
You better put that headset on.
Yeah.
He has to.
Small Quad's about to get on a plane and can't watch the stream. Oh, man.
You guys for the plane Wi-Fi?
Yeah, the plane Wi-Fi, right? For Dash League.
Don't turn on airplane mode. Everything will be fine.
Yeah, tell them I'm here, and they'll patch you through.
Yep.
Turn off anti-airplane mode in the cockpit.
That's what
I have important business to attend to.
Sugar said that he had to work today and he doesn't know if he'd be able to watch the match. And I said, just give me your boss's, or just have your boss DM me, and
that hasn't stopped him from coming in before.
What?
From school.
That's true. That is true. He did do that one time. He was in school and joined the commentary channel. So we had to ask his teacher to forgive us.
He's saying hi to the commentators, which in this case would be Goose and Willow and NotGollum.
Oh man. All right. Well, that'll about do us for the pregame show. We've got a lot of videos coming up. We've got the 5-minute countdown. We're going to take a break, and we will be back with the Dash League Season X Finals, Tank versus FeaR. It's going to be awesome. We will see you in a minute, Lobster. Your bird's missing, apparently.
Oh, no, they're right here.
Oh, good. We will see you in just a few minutes. Hang on there. We will be back.
So that it's not about you, but about others. But don't reject the message. Don't reject it. Because if you reject it, there is always wrath to come.
Dash League Nation. This moment right here is where champions are made. Teams we still talk about to this day didn't flinch in the face of challenges. They dug deeper and decided this league belonged to them. You're standing right here in the same spot, with the same chance to be remembered. Will you answer that call? That's for you to decide. Not later, but now. Go out there and finish what you started, and be the next team they'll talk about.
Prepare to start.
Dash League Nation, it all comes down to this. We've got the Dasher Finals happening right now, and you're a part of it. What's going on? My name's Goose. I'm joined by Willow and NotGollum, sharing a mic. What's going on, guys?
Hey. Well, here for a big match.
Some big match happening. Oh, man. This is going to be a fantastic one. We were talking about in the pregame that this is going to be pretty close. Each of these teams coming in here full force, ready to roll. So it is going to be awesome.
Super hype over here from our little corner. I think this match is going to be unbelievably fun to watch. I think it's going to be as fun to watch as that last UNSC game. The closer the finals are, the more interesting, the more fun, the more rewarding it is to be here and experience it. And if this playoffs has told us anything, it's that this finals match is going to be one of the closest Dash League finals yet. I think like we could not have asked for two better teams to come here together and put on a great show for us. Thank you so much for casting with such great quality, Goose. This is going to be a good one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Doll is asking, where are you, NotGollum? He's in the same room.
He is. He's right next to me. I can touch him.
Hiding in the shadows behind another microphone.
Oh, man.
Yeah, well, unrelated, I'm just going to have to go grab some air fresheners real quick here.
Oh, man. We are going to be starting off...
Stinky head.
We are starting off on Launchpad. So what can you guys tell me about Launchpad? What are the secrets to Launchpad?
The secrets to Launchpad? Well, look, I'm sure we'll go over the specific timings and all that boring stuff once we get into the match. But Launchpad really, like most payloads, is a little bit of a game of aggression. But I think, unlike most payloads, it rewards it so much more. Because of the nature of how much twists and turns and bends and corners there are, you really want to push if you're blue team and you're pushing the cart, you want to push that fight super far forward because of all the corners and turns, you can't see very far into the map. So you can isolate these fights and really turn, what normally is this 5v5 big team coordinated, everyone's together, everyone can see each other, into these like much smaller, much more, collected, maybe 1v1 or a 2v2, it's a bunch of small fights that come together to end up winning or losing the match. And I think that makes this one a lot more interesting to watch, especially from a disruptor's perspective. We're going to see a lot of people in enemy territory, a lot of, like spy movie level, they're getting back there, they're coming out of the flanks, they're taking out the carts, they're going back into hiding. So it rewards a lot more of like a slinky playstyle along with the aggression coming out of blue team. And if I can make a bit of a prediction here, I think FeaR is going to be phenomenal at taking enemy space, getting up where they're not supposed to be, and just holding it like a brute force. And I think Tank, oh my gosh, thank you so much for a little donation there. Humbles.
Let's go.
Beautiful. Love it. Thank you.
Humbly thank you.
Yeah, we so humbly thank you. But yeah, just to finish up, I thought that Tank, I think, will be a lot better at what I was saying earlier of, coming in and out, doing a little bit more of unexpected attacks that, maybe will come out to stop the cart more, maybe less, only time will tell.
And we are just waiting for one member of Tank to get in here before we do our lineup reveal and see who is going to be fighting it out in this launch pad.
They better get in here. I'm on the edge of my seat here.
Can't keep toying with us like this. Come on.
I know.
While we are waiting, I think we have some viewers in here that have never seen a Dash League match before. So I'm going to, I think so. So we're going to show off the payload explanation video, which is going to be awesome. Here we go.
Welcome to Payload, the most famous game mode of Dash League. Payload is a fan favorite for a good reason. Here, you can expect to see some of the highest levels of coordination, map awareness, leadership, and communication in all of VR esports. Here, literally every second matters and could be the difference maker in winning thousands of dollars. Payload is simple. Blue team has 6 minutes to stand on the cart as the cart moves along a set path of rails that players can also grind on. The more players standing on the payload, the faster it moves. Once the payload reaches the middle of the map, known as the checkpoint, an additional 6 minutes is unlocked for blue team to play out the other half of the map with both red and blue spawns moving up the map significantly. So it is red team's job to stop blue from making that checkpoint at all costs. After blue team finishes pushing the payload, side colors change, and both teams compete to see who can push the payload further along the map in less time. Payload consists of 3 maps. Canyon, where players are funneled into tight spaces with high intensity. Abyss, the energetic map full of natural hazards and long sightlines. And finally, Launchpad, the current favored map in all of Dash League, due to its many flank routes, rocket positions, and a deadly checkpoint. Does your favorite team have the coordination needed to win in this exciting game mode? Find out here, only at Dash League Network.
That lineup.
All right. Well, we do have everybody in here now, so we are going to go ahead and do our lineup reveal for this match. The starting lineups, I should say, for Launchpad. Here we go.
All right. These are some heavy hitters like we were talking about earlier. Here over on Tank, we got Shout, we got Baron, we got Destroyer, and we got Man of War, which is that's a good 5-stack. Moving over to FeaR, we got Chromeheart, we got Toga, we got Acuriel, we got Nogle, and we got Hog Rider. Man, that's some high levels over on the FeaR. At 279, I think that's the highest level I've ever seen.
There is somebody out there that's over 500, and I don't remember what their name is, but I've seen it.
Oh my!
Yeah. Oh.
Wow. Well,
so
little player there. But yeah, this is a good roster. I think this is going to be really interesting to watch. Starting over on the FeaR side, since they still have all 5. I mean, they have some serious big killers. I know that Hog Rider and Nogle are 2 people that, they bring in the big numbers. And the rest of the team, let's see if they can follow up with the rest of their team, get that cart moving. They are starting on blue team, so the cart is in FeaR's side here to start. FeaR is going to be the one pushing the objective. They're going to be trying to make it to that checkpoint like we talked about earlier. Tank going to be doing the defense with Shout, Toast, Man of War, Baron. I don't remember who the fifth one was. And
they'll be back.
They'll be back. But yeah, I know over on the FeaR side, Tank side, Toast I know is a great laner. He's a great, basically denying FeaR that space that they want to have. Shout going to be commanding the troops. Oh, Destroyer and Baron, two really big heavy hitters on the kill side. Again, I think this is going to be interesting. I know that Shout is extremely adept with shocks. I believe he has some decent rocket game too, which, we've seen in the past, especially in finals. People want to bring just like kills, and we've seen how that can, kind of bite you in the rear end a little bit if you don't have good explosives on your team. And I'm hoping we'll see some really good explosives coming out of FeaR, as good as I know that Shout can follow up with those on. Even early game, I bet even on the opener we're going to see Shout with some shocks, and that will be very interesting to see.
Absolutely. All right. So, as you can see in the comments, we are going to be giving away some prizes during this stream, so check out that. I also want to give a quick shout out to Doll for the $25 donation. Thank you, Doll. It popped up while we were in the lineup reveal, so thank you very much. That's awesome. All you do goes to support our league, and we thank you so much.
I do believe that Ditz also just messaged that he'll double any Ko-Fi contributions during the finals cast.
Oh,
so if you guys, every dollar is worth $2. So if you got a dollar,
donks.
That's donks. Thank you, Ditz. The league would be nothing without Ditz. I hope that everyone gives a huge appreciation to Ditz.
Volcano sucks for $26. Let's go. I wonder who that was.
Oh man, we'll never know. That was an anonymous donation.
Oh man.
Oh, we got a lot of people here in the chat. A lot of familiar faces, a lot of new faces too. Really excited to see everybody here. This is going to be a great cast. I'm glad that everyone is here watching. We got over 50 people watching right now. Please leave a like and share it around. This is going to be a big one. So if there's ever going to be a link to share, I know we say stuff like this a lot, but this, bring in your family, give the link to your mom, have her come and watch some Dash League. It's fun for the whole family.
And it looks like we are getting the thumbs up. Oh, maybe not.
You made some predictions. Think it was Canyon. Well, too bad.
It is a launch pad.
Did we already start the predictions? Are we starting them?
Yeah, we did.
Great. Okay, yeah, if you didn't see, put in some predictions, put in some Dash League into the chat. Could get some great prizes. Did we go over those prizes already?
We have not gone over them in the Z yet. I did have them typed up in the chat, but go ahead and run over them, because some of them might circle back later on in the cast if you stay watching for all of the maps. You might have more chances to enter for more giveaways.
Interesting. Goose, did you want to say our giveaways, or do you want me to?
If you could, that would be awesome.
Great. So look, we are giving away a $100 gift certificate to one random lucky winner. You have to say Dash League in all caps in the chat to be able to win it. You have to do it now if you want to do it. So get in there, put in some Dash Leagues into the chat. Only one Dash League, only one person, one Dash League. You can't say it multiple times. But on top of that, we're also giving away a printed Hyperdash staple gun. That's the burst pistols. You probably will see an appearance of someone picking those up here in this finals. A very, very good weapon after the bounce changes, which is, I can say, as the person who made all of these guns, I made the snipers, I made the staples, I made the pistols, whatnot. The staples are my favorite to hold. They just feel so good in the hand. They're just big.
Yeah.
It's great. So if you want to win that, you have to make a prediction. Comment the percentage you think each team will reach for the payload. So that does inherently mean you're also guessing who will win. You can say, I think Tank will make 1% and I think FeaR will make 2%. And that's a valid prediction. And whoever is the closest before the match starts will win that staple. You can't make a prediction right at the end of the match. Time remaining for Domination, the giveaway, blah, blah, blah. The giveaway will stop when you see stop is messaged in the chat. So go ahead and get in there now.
Laney!
And giveaways are always going to start when you see the new big message.
True.
Thank you, Laney.
Let's go.
I also just want to put out there, we have Laney to thank for those gift certificates that we're giving away during this cast. So everybody show your appreciation. We very much appreciate it. And we are really looking forward to how this match is shaping up, given the hype that we've been seeing build up in the chat right now, the way this whole season has been building up to this moment. This lineup, this match here today, and all of the instruments everybody gets to bring along for the hype build-up. Hello, Toss.
Also, most importantly, something that you could give us, which is totally free, and we appreciate so much. It is. Oh, wrong scene. My bad.
it's one of these. A like.
It's a like.
Nice.
Yeah,
yes.
It's a like, comment, and subscribe. Your likes, your comments, your subscriptions go a long way into helping us achieve world domination. So thank you. Snuffed $100.
Oh my god.
Thank you so much, Snuffed. That is awesome.
That is unbelievable.
And it looks like we are getting the thumbs up, so this match is about to start. Here we go. First match, first map of the game. Here we go.
First map of a huge match.
Prepare to start.
All right, we're jumping in here. Like we said before, the tank might be down a player, or the thing might just be taking a second to load them in, although I don't see them on the minimap either. Tank might have immediately dropped somebody. But like we mentioned earlier, FeaR is blue, so they will be starting by pushing the payload. They're going to try to make it as far as they possibly can. We're seeing some rollouts here. Look at the cheeky little spot Man of War's in there. Look at Xiao opening with the shocks like we talked about. He's going to be hiding in here, waiting with his explosives to try to clear that cart as soon as it exits the spawn, which it just exited. Now he's going to try to do some pot shots in there, clear it off. Not getting any kills though. He is getting chased. Gets a nice little kill in the house there. Not quite on the cart though, which is where he wants those explosives to be. Trying to get some damage on there, but not quite getting the hitbox. He is doing a good job of killing 3 though outside the cart, but the cart's still alive, just getting taken out by an enemy. You can see in the little bottom right corner there. FeaR doing a great job of hopping right on immediately after their teammate dies. That is of a good team, is hopping on as soon as you see that the cart is down. They need every microsecond they can get here. This is a pretty good start coming out of blue team. Good double. Oh, double stack getting taken out right there by Man of War. Man of War putting up a good competition there. Oh my gosh, getting some high ground. We're seeing some huge domination by red team here. Look at them standing on the cart this early. Oh my god, that never happens, especially in the top dasher level here. It looks like they are getting a little punished for it. A lot of them going down. Destroyer being the last one alive out of his team, and it is going to go down. There's a, oh my gosh. One pops out of nowhere in the meantime. Now Blue is going to get that aggression that we were talking about earlier. Pushing up, they're going to try to take this fight as far forward as they possibly can while getting a nice double stack.
You can see every single time one of those red tank players sneaks through, it eats up just the perfect amount of time for more teammates on Team Tank to follow up and start distracting the FeaR players on blue from moving that objective, either by standing on the cart, making it literally impossible, or forcing players, as we saw earlier, to take more defensive positions, like in that cubby area, where you get the shocks up at that corner, or way behind the cart, or even ahead of the, trying to stem the flow. That's something that Tank has been excellent about, and pretty... In most even match cases, at about this 4-minute mark, you might tend to see the cart starting to turn that bottom of the hill corner. That is not the case here because of this early setup and momentum that Tank has built up. FeaR has a tough match ahead of them, but they are ready to face it. A very strong opening from Tank, but FeaR, with the double stacks on the cart to move it faster, is looking to make the most of this disruption of Tank not being able to set up fully as a team, and FeaR trying to do the same.
So they just made it past the bend here with 3 minutes, 30 seconds left. League average of where they are right now, 4 minutes left over. So they are about 30 seconds behind what you would consider an average normal pace. That is not an insurmountable task, but it does mean that right now Tank has a little bit of the advantage, at least in terms of the league averages. We do see the cart is down right now, and Tank has some rockets up, which is huge, monumental, but we're seeing a great group coming out of FeaR here. Let's see if FeaR is able to turn this group up into some serious payload movement. We see that they got a lot of kills, but they're not turning it into any movement. Nobody's the cart destroyer picking up a nice kill and completely ruined that group without a single person touching the cart. That is going to hurt their time a lot.
Destroyer is not something that most veterans of this game, at least not myself, would expect to see picking up a rocket. And he's just so excellent with pistols and with kind of the standard high-level, straight shot, fast-firing FeaR. Seeing him pick up explosives like that and really just play the tactical move is very excellent to see. And in the meantime, Chromeheart trying to clear up the back line. Manifold low on health is going to be moving up at the cart, continuing to cruise with a decent shot at making it through checkpoint.
I just want to shout out Resonance here, giving us $21, a truly dashing individual. Very, very much.
We also got Sugarcane and Grim donating money. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even catch those ones. You guys, the action is just the 2 action pack. You guys did a great job. Thank you so much. But here we see this cart is shut down. Oh, just as I'm talking, someone gets on the cart there, gets taken out, but does get a nice little 1% push there. And the 1% add up. They're about 10% behind where they really, really want to be. 1 minute, 30 seconds left. Really good tomahawks coming out of Shout here. Tomahawks being the rocket type that he's doing on the cart. Almost gets taken out, getting pushed. Shout begging for his teammates to come and help him. Looks like he's all alone. Gets taken out by NotGollum. That's all the rockets out of Red Team. Blue's gonna get a monumental push here with their group up. NotGollum leaving his teammates for dead though. Did not get on the cart. That was a missed opportunity of some nice movement right there. Oh my gosh, Ditz, $50. Thank you much, Ditz.
That was Ditz's wife. Ditz's wife.
Oh, Ditz's wife! Well, look, double the trouble. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Baron here pushing up. Oh, someone up ahead of him trying to prevent the group up before it happens. Getting a nice kill on NotGollum there. Man of War in the fight with Baron in the shield room. Does come out on Tank's favor. We're just seeing some huge map domination coming out of Tank here. The FeaR trying to push up past the cart to presumably get to the Rocketeer. I have no idea if they're able to get them. If they were, this is a great time for them to push. It looks like they're getting some good micro pushes there. Tank not doing a good job of standing on the cart, preventing these micro pushes. I know they're not very... It's not a huge amount. 1% push doesn't sound like a lot, but as you can see here, they almost made it into the checkpoint off of just those pushes alone. Just a little bit more, and they will be able to make checkpoint. 15 seconds left. A good push coming out of FeaR here, but 4 of FeaR is down. This is going to be the final push coming out of FeaR here in 10 seconds left, 5 seconds left.
Explosives. They're going to explode through this room, but do they have shocks? Are somebody having rockets? They need to take out that shield because that is a very good crouch. They hold the checkpoint. What?
I did not see that coming. A pre-check coming out of Tank there. That is unbelievable. Making it to 36.9% out of FeaR. Now all Tank has to do is make it past that. Make it to 40% and Tank tanks the first map. 30 seconds of setup here for FeaR here as they're going to grab any weapons, you know, pickups, boons that they want to grab. We're going to see Aquarial grabbing some rockets there. As you can see on the mini-map, they're taking some very good forward positions.
This first part of the map, as we saw when Tank was on red, is going to be very telling for the way the rest of this plays out. FeaR has their work cut out for them, trying to match this insane pace, and with Destroyer already rushing through, taking out the rockets.
That's huge.
On top of taking out 2 players within his own right. That is a big deal. FeaR is going to struggle to try and hold this opening area with only 1 player left alive. Can they eat up time? No. The area outside of that house is fully cleared out, and now Aquarial with the double rockets has to play just a little bit carefully if he wants to survive, instead getting taken out by the Tank players, which have set up very comfortably despite the disruption through this house area. Baron trying to clear it out. Chromeheart was very sneaky position there behind cart. Going to get a couple more kills before finally down to Man of War on the cart, but more FeaR players are flooding through. And if these red players can survive long enough and disrupt the cart at the same time like we saw Tank do earlier, they might actually be able to match pace. Thus far, though, they've struggled to really make it past this front line that Tank is desperately trying to set up, trying to defend ahead of Cart as often as possible rather than catch up from behind it.
Yeah, and it's working. It's working exceptionally well. I know it may be hard to tell by looking at all this chaos, but FeaR is doing a amazing job of shutting that Cart down. Right here, I think FeaR was actually ahead of where Tank is just due to the amount that they were able to shut it down. That's why you see Tank here is double stacking their Cart, trying to make up for lost time. But here's Hog Rider in the back, stealing resources, shutting Cart down, is about to get a 2K, possibly shut the Cart down again there. They're at the top of the hill, 4 minutes, 30 seconds left, as they're only now beginning to descend down at Tank, definitely behind on time compared to where FeaR was at this time. Baron struggling to get on Cart there. We need to see some double stacking coming out of Tank if they want to make a good pace here.
I think something that's also working out very well for Tank that FeaR needs to try and find some way somehow to get a handle on. Rockets from Mercurial have gone down after shooting off one rocket several lives in a row. As soon as the rockets go out and maybe get a clear on the Cart like they are made to do, like is their role, somebody on Tank rushes out to shut it down immediately, even if that takes their life. Continuing the movement of the Cart and making it as difficult as possible for FeaR to have somebody whose job it is to clear that objective is the objective. NotGollum flanking behind the Cart, and the spawns now starting to get it more in favor of FeaR as the Cart is closer to their spawn than it is to the blue team spawn. Tank, though, still has some amount of momentum unless somebody besides Hog is able to get a couple kills here. Tank is going to get a full team push. Good rockets out of Mercurial, I think. Safe because anybody... No, one player on Tank did hear the call out of their player going down, decides to rush rockets, is going to keep them on their toes as long as the rockets are alive. Tank, even if they don't... Oh my god, what a lag spike to take out a Mercurial. That is huge. If Tank can follow up on this quickly, they might actually get some movement on the Cart. It does not seem like...
Double kill to shout!
Oh, 2 kills. 1 life.
A little bit of movement. They picked the rocket back up, so we do see that they made the bottom of the 3 minutes, 30 seconds left, which is exactly the same time that FeaR had at that time. If you remember, that's a pretty good marker to tell that Tank did make up that early loss in lead, but I think they're gaining that loss in lead again here, where FeaR is probably ahead of where they were at this time because Tank is just struggling so much just sending up disruptors to shut down those Rocketeers. We saw that was something that FeaR was phenomenal at, but Tank maybe has a bit more of the Cart coordination, but is not nearly as good as taking out the explosives. However, that said, explosives are down right now, and they did get a little bit of a push here, but NotGollum trying to push up. Oh, this is about to be a group up coming out of Tank here. This could be a huge push.
Comes Baron with the sneaky shot around that ledge. Somebody on Tank following up, and Baron is going to prioritize the rockets. Rockets go down. Nobody on Tank alive to follow up. One person dies on their way to Cart. Shout now in a protective position, going to hop. Nice. His teammate goes down. He does hop on. The Rockets have shot. So it's going to take a couple seconds for the Rockets to try and clear. He dies, but gets a good amount of movement on the Cart. The rest of the teammates following up. That fight took so long. The Rockets have no choice but to go down because they can't get into That's it.
Oh my god.
1 minute 41 seconds left. Tank takes map 1 at 37.94%.
Wow.
That was so back and forth on the timing. Tank was ahead, then FeaR was ahead, then Tank was ahead. Timing. But that after the SMG bridge you saw there, Tank just would not stop putting bodies on Cart, and that saved them that game. The Tank was doing so good at putting people on there. Oh my good.
All right, so here's your final scores.
All right, here we're seeing FeaR over top scoring over there. NotGollum 41 and 36. Top scoring on Tank is ManowWar with 40 and 34. Some great, both only making it to 36%, which is so much earlier than I think anybody predicted. Over on FeaR side, we have everybody. Chromeheart going 34-35, Hog Rider going 33-36, Toga 29-42, and Mercurial going 25 and something. Missed out on some of that stuff. We saw that ManowWar and Baron were top fragging over on Tank. I know the graphics gone now, but Baron was top fragged for the entire map, going 49 and 32. That is crazy.
Yeah, a lot of interesting movements and adaptations coming out of this first map. We do have to remember, though, that we're playing on 2 different servers and moving back and forth between them. And with as fast-paced of a game as Hyperdash is, that actually plays a decent impact in some of the ways these maps go. That might be something that both of these teams are keeping in mind for this first map. But really, both teams seem to have some amount of strategy mixed with their base training and expectation for how to play this map that had to get completely shuffled at least one another during that because of the way that each other team was playing. And I love to see that play out in matches like this. The back and forth, the adaptation, the changing things up, and trying your best to do whatever works in the moment to get the win is something I love to see in matches like this.
Dids, let's go. And Resident second 21 for $21.
Oh my gosh, you guys are too much. I think we might have even missed some more donations earlier on. That game was just so action-packed. I just want to give everyone... Okay, first of all, the giveaway stuff is back on right now. You can see in the chat is going. Go ahead, give us some predictions and say Dash League in the chat if you want to win some free goodies. Again, it's the possibility of oh, this one's a little different. One of them is a little Hyperdash action figure guy. It's just like a little Hyperdash guy. Goes great on the desk. Goes great on next to your little computer. And then we have some staple guns again that you can win. All gold for the staples that you can win. Going through some of these donations here just really quick. We got Dits and Resonance. Thank you so much. Scrolling back, we have Dits and Resonance again. Oh my gosh. It's not even letting me go even further back. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you everyone. You guys are the reason the league stays alive, has gone for 10 seasons. Can we just, gosh, talk about how unbelievable 10 seasons is for this stuff? I mean, two seasons a year, roughly like 5-6 years that Dash League has been going on. It is nothing lasts. Overwatch League didn't last that long. The Rainbow Six League stuff didn't last that long. Like this, and this stuff is only alive because you guys are here watching, you guys are here liking the stuff, and you guys are here.
The community is the reason Dash League and any leagues for this game have been alive, not just longer than VR of other games, not just longer than many VR games have been alive, period, but longer than many leagues for any game have been around, is because of the community, because of everybody being so ready to go and happy to be here. Games like this, matches like this, and conversing with each other, sharing strategies, and even just like being friendly to each other is why this stuff is able to continue, why we love it so much, and why we appreciate you all so much. So, give yourself a little bit of a hand, a pat on the back, and then get back to watching the stream.
Get back to work.
Very quickly, I do want to, everybody's been asking for it, so we're going to go ahead and give away one golden egg right now. Goose's golden egg. Oh. Who is going to win? We've got 200 people on this wheel. Who's going to win the egg? Anybody has a chance. It is going to be, Dave!
So hard to read. Hey!
Let's go.
Dave.
Congratulations, Dave. Dave does everything for our website, including cosign. So, congratulations, Dave. Here's your egg. Always love to give away those on stream. Mm-hmm. And we also do have another member of our community who does a lot for us, who actually created a hype video for this match and playoffs in general. So we're going to go ahead and roll that. And thank you, Grim. Let's go.
Push Spawn with his dad. He's got a lot of experience. I told you, it was all set up for him.
Trying to get a couple picks. Double stackage on cart. Wow. Takes out both of them.
I think it's just a little bit of getting that disruption and cart movement going at the same time.
25 seconds, 2% left.
Stocks go down as well.
Sure, fighting for his life here. Goes down to Stronger. Tony is trying.
Oh my gosh, Chuck! It's shot!
Clem, you take this button.
Okay, on the button. 10 seconds now. Final gunfight. This is everything for either team. FeaR, holy, the button. Try to fix the music. FeaR wins it. Wow, 8 points.
think that's another wipe of the area.
Oh, never mind. Oh,
Wow.
This is it. Is it that little 1 second left? Oh my god!
4 players alive. Shout at the enemy base with shocks. I promised. Oh, that's a team wipe.
Around. Oh, but they get off the cart. What? Oh, now cart is doubled. That rocket needs to move. There we go. Perfect timing. Swings. Takes one out. Ooh, I don't know if... No, never mind. 3, 2, 1.
Right here, let's get it! Oh my god!
All right. Well, thank you again, Grim, for that awesome video. That is awesome. We love our community so much. And speaking of community, coming up for the first time ever after this map, we are going to have, right? After this map? No, it's after the third map. We are going to have a halftime show brought to you by our very own Hodge and his band Prawn. They're going to be putting out their new song right here for the first time on DLN, so stay tuned for that. But we've got more Dash League action coming up right now. We are getting the thumbs up, and we are going to go to a canyon.
A canyon. Real quick, I do believe it is this map. After this map, it's the halftime.
Okay.
Between 2 and 3.
Got it. Oh, yeah. That would make sense.
All right, jumping right in. I know we didn't get to talk too much about this map, but this was the map that was on that intro video. So if you don't know how this game works, that was this map. It's a good example. You can go back and see the little intro video that we played. But we are seeing that FeaR is starting on red side this time, opposite of what happened last time. So Tank is going to be the first one to push that cart. And here on the opener, we're going to see Blue, we're going to see Tank explode out of their spawn, get as many kills as possible, and let's see how that goes for them right here. Toga already flipping around. Oh, nobody pushing into windows here with Toga. That's a surprise to me. This is a power position. He can shut down cart right here. Oh. Nobody takes him out. Oh my god. That was, oh my, we got to see every ounce of that kill right there. Oh my gosh, the setup, the payoff. That was a really good kill coming out of FeaR there, shutting the cart down. But it looks like Tank has mostly cleared out their spawn. Only one red person in there, which they did just get taken out. Now we're seeing a double stack coming out of FeaR here. Out of Tank here. Tank now pushing up, not double stacking anymore. Shout alone on this cart as his teammates are going to try to stop any red players from getting back through the great funnel. There's going to be a big filter that the blue players are pushing right up here, where they're going to try to push up as far as they can, make the fights as far from the cart as possible so that Shout can be a little pretty princess and sit on there with absolutely no fights. And it looks like it's going great for him. You know, it's Caster's Curse a little bit there. Double stack coming out of Tank here, as it wasn't quite enough to shut it all down. Destroyer going to try to push up and get some kills here after getting a health pickup. Destroyer pushing up into their health room to try to get some kills. Does get taken out by Chromeheart. Chromeheart getting taken out by Toast. Toast in a really powerful position here as the cart is double stacked pushing. Toast is stealing resources, getting kills, trying to do everything he can to stop them and slow them down as much as possible. Toast coming in and out of this doorway here, paying off really well for them, but it does look like FeaR did pick up a rocket. This rocket is huge. Now that they're at the bend, this is the time where rockets are really powerful. I don't think anybody expected for rockets to be picked up this early. Usually at this bend, it is 4 minutes, as same with the last map, and so we do see Tank is a little bit ahead of schedule, or maybe on schedule, as the cart isn't quite fully in the bend yet. So Tank doing a pretty good job of pushing that cart, but Imperial doing even better, shutting them down with those rockets. He's just better, I guess. Going absolutely crazy. Imperial just cannot die, just cannot get taken out. It seems like blue team doesn't even know where he is as he keeps changing his position and is tomahawking that cart. But it looks like the rockets aren't even needed, as FeaR is just absolutely smothering Tank in kills. Tank not able to really follow it up on anything. I'd like to see better group ups coming out of Tank here. Standing on cart when you know you have a Rocketeer up, a classic mistake. Getting taken out. Imperial getting some lag, but not dying for it. And we see that FeaR has a great hold here as they're going to go back into the health room and get some serious domination, as
Oh, Tank tries to get some kills there. I was looking at the minimap there, tries to break the hold that FeaR had there, but not quite able to. Tank just trying to basically get their bearings.
Oh, nasty rocket kill. I love seeing those direct hits. My goodness, it's very satisfying as a Rocketeer to have somebody confidently roll up on you. Hey, I've got this. You've got rockets. There's nothing you can do about it. And then you do something about it. But the rockets do go down. Tank gets... One thing I would love to see out of FeaR here, they've been pretty good at the defensive plays. Ecurial's been pretty good at staying alive and being an active threat to the cart's movement, but having just one red player on the cart when blue is on it is going to prevent those micro pushes, because we are in micro push build right now. If 50 lives go by getting 1 inch each, we're only 50 inches away from that checkpoint. That is all that Tank is going to need. So every little bit for blue team counts, and counts against the red team. This is the map that every team, if they're evenly matched, has a good shot at pre-checkpoint holding. I saw a pre-checkpoint already on the launch pad, which is more hit or miss in that respect. So if FeaR can stop this momentum here and consistently stacking this cart, keep their backline dash held up, then they might be able to hold here. But with almost 2 minutes remaining on the clock and the cart still moving forward, we are not seeing that cart stacking. We are just seeing the forward disruption out of red, and we are seeing the rockets out of red. We are seeing the setups out of red. We are not seeing the hold out of red. That's what we need to see. Good disruption down this main rail from NotGollum. And that's eating up a lot of the momentum that Tank could be building up.
Cart push.
One person on cart
that
is
checkpoint.
Almost going to push through. No follow-up. Oh, Tank goes. Oh my goodness.
Wow, Shout getting a little, just sneaking right in. And this is exactly what you're talking about. There was no reds standing on that cart at basically any point. And so they were just able to get micro push after micro push after micro push, and that got them the checkpoint with a minute 30 left. Minute 30 is a huge amount of time to have for post checkpoint. I think people were probably expecting, if there was going to be a checkpoint, that it would be in overtime. And Tank said, nah, we are going to be taking this checkpoint, and we're going to be taking it early. Now the spawns have pushed forward as the cart is pushed forward with this checkpoint. So now blue has huge spawn advantage here. They're just going to get huge push as they get to group up very, very easily. Ecurial saying, no, I'm going to shut that cart down as much as I possibly can. Gets a nice little double kill on there as the cart is down, despite no red presence being near the cart. Blue team just kind of struggling to really get some movement on there. Destroyer getting a nice flank on that cart, but immediately gets taken out by Ecurial. The SMGs are real powerful these days, and we can see that power right there shutting that down. So for getting such an amazing pre-checkpoint, immediate post-checkpoint is not going amazingly for Tank. But if the post-checkpoint is anything like a pre-checkpoint, it won't matter, because they'll be able to get just non-stop micro pushes all the way to that 100% point, which is very possible. Unlike on Launchpad, on Canyon, 100%, this is probably the easiest map to get 100% on. And so if we're going to see 100% come in the finals, it's going to be on this map.
Here we go, moving up this ramp. Usually this is a good spot for red team to try and set up if they can stem the momentum here. Something that Tank has been very tricky about is finding ways to distract these red players and pull them in every direction. Even very skilled players can get their attention pulled where you want to if you know what you're doing and if you're coordinating as a team, as blue. This is a good follow-up out of Cart. Knows he has to go all the way to try and stem this movement, but these Tank players are flooding in one at a time with a follow-up and protection in the back line. Importantly, not all of them are jumping on the cart all at once every time. They are following up. They are trying to be consistent and feel like an oppressive force that make red team feel like they have no chance at fully stopping them, have no chance to relax, and specifically have no chance to rush forward and start disrupting the group ups of blue team. That's something that red right now, and for the past minute or so, have seemed to not be able to do as well as they were earlier on in the map, and especially pre-checkpoint. They've not been able to comfortably rush forward, have that bridge dash like they tried to do, and start disrupting the group ups, which is one of the better defenses you can do at this point of the map. A good defense is an excellent offense right here. Ecurial, though, very smartly playing way in the back line with the rockets, trying to get a good but safe angle, knows that a lot of these blue players, besides somebody grabbing Hyperdash like Baron, are not going to have a lot of dashes to try and rip them down, and instead are going to focus on the objective. We are not, however, seeing those red players jumping onto the cart. That is going to be a big difference. If Tank does that, if FeaR doesn't, that alone could mean the result of this match goes in Tank's favor. Although that being said, Tank double stacking the cart, the rockets are down. A lot of crazy headshots out of Chromeheart. Very good cart clear. This is momentum that Red Team needs to start taking advantage of, and obviously used most of their dashes, is not going to be able to rush forward like his teammates did. But all of those red disruptors have been cleared out. Tank starting to follow up on the cart. Baron, good kill there, going to survive for a while because rockets have been taken out. No shots out of Red Team. Chromeheart does hop on. That is great to see, but the rest of Tank is flooding in. FeaR is struggling to try and get their feet underneath them once again and get on some stable ground. With all of Tank just now being cleared out, they're able to do so. They have some disruptors moving up down the main rail, but they can't get too comfortable yet. This is when the wave starts to crash. It's been happening a couple times at this point of the map, and with the double stack on cart and no rockets follow up seemingly, it is just flying up the main rail. Finally, some players start to stack on cart, but it might be too little too late as the cart now cleared. One player up in a position to try and disrupt rockets. Hawkrider was trying to prevent that. Does not quite get the kill.
Oh, a nice little 1% movement there. And again, they have 2 minutes, 40 seconds to just get 1%, 1%, 1% over and over again, and that would get them. That they definitely have enough time. Even just 1% pushes to be enough. This is, you know, it's kind of a war of attrition here. Tank doesn't need to overwhelmingly win these fights and just, like, you know, absolutely kill everyone there. They just need to send 4 people to be fodder, and then 1 person gets on for a few seconds, and that's enough. They're already at 93% here, going up 2% in less than 20 seconds, right? 30 seconds. And now they're up to 94%, 2 minutes left over. We're seeing a really good push coming out, pushing there. 95%, it's rolling. They're right there. They're 1 cart length away. They're making it to 100%, and they have 2 minutes left. FeaR will have to put up an unbelievable defense to stop them from making it to 100% here. Noble trying his best, pushing up into the nice Raptors, getting a kill on cart, but cart is still moving nonetheless. 98%, 99%, double stack for 100%. 1 minute, 44 seconds left.
Wild.
Wow, what a performance out of Tank there. 1 minute 44 left on the 100%. That is unbelievable. So switching over to FeaR, the blue side here, FeaR pushing the cart. If you don't know, the way that FeaR can win this now is by making it to 100% in less time than Tank did. I believe they even changed how payload works so that you don't even play that extra time. So now if FeaR makes checkpoint, they will be denied that additional 1 minute 44 second Tank had, so that you know how long they need to make it to win. A great performance coming out of them, out of Tank there, and let's see if FeaR can match that energy. Man of War getting a nice kill on Noble out of the main rail there. Chromeheart trying to get some nice kills, pushing up here. It's struggling to find someone until now. Kill on the high ground there. A huge flank out of Chromeheart there, but an even huger one out of Baron. Baron getting a nice double kill there. They're going to push up the cart. Now, I will say, at this point, FeaR is doing better about pushing cart than Tank was. FeaR here is double stacking, knowing that they're going to need a lot of time to make this checkpoint. But here, Tank, oh my gosh, Tank has fully cleared cart and is securing the area around it, dominating the cart, sending someone on cart to stand on it this early on, looking at the bottom right of the map. That was a huge hold coming out of Tank there, but I think they maybe overcommitted to that fight a little bit, because now their entire team is dead, and now the cart is able to just kind of be able to soar here, unless someone with a shock just comes in and gets a 3K. Unbelievable. Now Tank has it up here again. I take back everything I said. FeaR making better time. Absolutely, Tank is putting a better hold up here. Was at this time 5 minutes, not even under the shock bridge. Absolutely, the time was in Tank's favor, but we did just see a clear come out of FeaR here. Now FeaR is going to be able to send this cart flying. Hopefully, they're going to get this double stack going. Hog Rider jumping off to try to get some health is going to get taken by his teammate, and he's going to return to cart, so wasted a little bit of a double stack there. As cart is now going to go down to Destroyer, getting a nice double kill.
Now with very little defensive options, those players have to choose between riding cart or getting into a defensive spot to try and clear out those red and then fall. The cart does get cleared a couple times. There's still one red player, Mandor, left alive. Gets one more nice kill as another teammate on red, on tank, starts stacking on the objective and clearing these players out very quickly. But is it going to be quickly enough? We are on the clock and we are only just now starting to leave that covered area, not even quite approaching the corner, where sometimes you need as many as 3 or 4 minutes to get the very short distance towards the objective. I like seeing this consistency at stacking the cart here. I like seeing the way that Tank is running through this chaos area, but some of these individual players, these flanking players like Hog, are simply insane and uncounterable from an individual perspective. You need follow-up from your teammates to really have a guarantee of taking out excellent players like this. Shout with all these blind angles. Hell, for anybody on Team Blue to try and take him down, all he needs is even just to sprint around a wall, and then he forces an overcommitment out of a blue player just to take out these rockets, which are also pretty consistently hitting the cart. Blue team is trying to group up down that main rail. I like seeing all of this objective throughout the match out of Chrome Heart, that is doing a lot for his team. But with the stacking on the cart, Baron with the oppressive double SMGs, and a very strong setup out of red, even with just 2, 3, 4 now players left alive. It's going to be difficult for the blue team to break. Nobody on red stacking this cart. Chrome Heart was taking full advantage of that, and several red players taking that dash. One thing you might notice, there's not a ton of flanking going on. They just have not had as much opportunity, and instead are forced to focus on the objective. Chrome Heart going for a long dash route to get some health, grab some dash, now trying to keep the rockets down, but the rockets either already were down, already were down, and Chrome Heart, well aware of that, takes him out, now flying on this cart with several kills in a row. Plenty of room for his teammates to follow up. Shout does take him down. Goes grabbing the rockets, knows this is a desperate play with 2 minutes on the clock. Here's actually ahead at the time that Tank was on the map. And in a scrap, I think FeaR is actually going to be able to take these kinds of fights. Shout now with the rockets does have to sacrifice himself by riding it. But FeaR still continuing to fly down this main rail. Tank needs to get some kind of stability. Here, good timing on the kill out of Shout. Now it needs to take a aggressive and very risky Rocketeer position just to guarantee rockets can actually hit the car in time when his teammates go down in these quick couple second fights. But FeaR does get the clear and gets the checkpoint. Very similar time to Tank. FeaR is flying down this main rail, has learned from some of their mistakes of last map and some of the strategy that was working for Tank, and is making it work for them. They just need to clear out these red players, and then the map is theirs to control. But Tank not making that easy.
Yeah, that's man, that was incredible. That was an incredible flank that took out the rocket. It was unlucky timing on Shout shooting at the. A lot of things came together for that great checkpoint, but now you see that time left, 5:15. That is the time subtracted that the 100% was made by Tank. So Tank is going to have to put up a better defense on this post checkpoint if they want to take this map. If the post checkpoint is anything like their pre-checkpoint, I don't think it's going to be enough. This post checkpoint, I think a lot of people would argue, is a lot easier post checkpoint for blue team than it is for red team, simply because the dash pickups are all in blue's favor. So pre-checkpoint, all the dash pickups are in red favor. Now they're all in blue favor. So already, FeaR had a really, really solid pre-checkpoint, and now the resources are even in their favor to be picked up. For, you know, it's anyone's game, but Tank is going to have to be aggressive taking the resources if they want to take this map. We're seeing some pretty good cart movement coming out of FeaR here. I think we saw the cart getting shut down already at the bottom of the bridge dash with 4 minutes, 25 seconds left over. 4 minutes to make it to that 100% mark. There we go. Let's see Hog Rider trying to get some nice disruption up here. Not quite. Oh, he does find one kill as here Tank is going to try to push up. Do what he does best, Destroy, getting a nice kill on that cart. Pushing up, trying to steal some health resources. Can't. Nope. Is about to, maybe not double stack, but allow his teammate to push the cart while he pushes up to try to get some kills. Isn't going to find any kills. He's going to get shut down here by a nasty flank by Baron. That was just what Tank needed. Tank really needs to put up a serious stoppage on this cart. Looks like someone froze on cart there for a second. I don't know if they had some lag or what. Something else worth mentioning, I saw the chat mentioned a little bit that the last map was on Amsterdam, which was FeaR's map, like we're saying there, EU. So now I believe this map is not on Amsterdam anymore. So the map advantage in terms of server advantage is on Tank's favor here, which is funny because it seems like when they were on their worst server, they were winning a lot more handily. Now 3 minutes 20 seconds left over with only a little bit left to go, 25% left to go. Shout picking up one of the shocks. This is really good for him because he's going to have high ground with that attic there to try and shut it down, as the explosives are hopefully going to be the difference maker for Tank here. They really need to put up a much better stoppage of this card.
Yeah, and this is the classic position for shock players to take. Even if you're using a rocket at this point map as red, this is a very strong spot to take, even if it's predictable, because all you have to do is drop, you can get back to the health, which often a blue player will not have the dashes available to go for. You can hide behind the pillars here. However, giving away your position and when you're ready to use explosive at that point in the map is something that I think maybe it could have been done a little bit differently. Something else also that I think is now helping with the defense for Team Tank is they have the momentum of taking that bridge dash in their favor. For a lot of the map lead to this point, FeaR consistently was getting that bridge dash, might even have been grabbing that bridge dash again, and that makes it much easier to disrupt any sort of explosive players for Team Blue, if or for Team Red, excuse me, if Blue Team has that bridge dash like they did get just now. With a decent defensive position here for Team Tank, they need to be ready to take that dash, and yet everybody on the front line keeps getting taken out. Good direct hit out of Shout, but there's only so much that one player can do with one shock. No opportunity really to go and grab a second. Does get taken out because of the difficult positioning, and now FeaR ready to follow up. Once again, this is an impressive constant force and wave that FeaR has been building up. They are well on their way to try and make it to that 100% mark, but can they make it with a similar amount of time remaining?
Right. I've seen some people in the chat here saying Tank already... No, the time was subtracted. I mentioned this earlier. They have 1 minute 15 seconds left. They changed how the game worked. So the game subtracted the 1 minute 44 seconds already. So they still have 1 minute and 7 seconds to make it to 100% because they removed that boring part of the map where you watch and you know that someone has already won, but you got to keep watching. This is real. This is still going.
What you see is what you get.
What you see is what you get. FeaR can still win this map. We have 52 seconds left for FeaR to try to take this. Now, I will say 15% to, or I guess 16% really, to push the cart in 45 seconds. That's going to be hard. They won't be able to rely on micro pushes with that one. They're going to have to actually just take this much. I know, Hyperdash update. But they have 33 seconds left, and they haven't pushed the cart at all. This is a really good hold coming out of Tank. Now the cart's finally moving. We saw 1% coming out of FeaR, 2%, 3% going FeaR here. Will it be enough? 20 seconds left to make it 12%, 10% left, 15 seconds. We're going to need to see absolute chaos coming out of FeaR here to try to get this push going. It looks like we're absolute chaos we are not seeing. 10 seconds left for 9% left. They're going to need a second. 5 seconds left for 9%. I don't think it's possible. I think Tank is going to take this with 1 second left, and that's a victory.
Time. Stack on there. Trying to stay alive. 1 second left. We do get more overtime, but Shout in a very strong position with the shocks. Denied.
There we go.
It's the second map win for Tank. Both of the payloads going for Tank's favor.
Yeah.
They're in a strong position to try and take this finals. Let's take a look at the scoreboard.
A huge win by Tank. Really good job. Here we're seeing the scoreboards. We're seeing Baron. Oh, goodness. Top scoring over on Tank again, 90. FeaR top scoring Chrome Heart 87 and 63 over on FeaR's side. Absolutely crazy. Destroyer Man of War 73 kills, 62 kills, 57 kills, and 45 coming out of Tank there. 87, 79, 53, 62, and 43 coming out of FeaR there. Absolutely crazy. That was an intense game. That was so much fun to watch. I see some people still confused in the chat. It said 6 when they got the checkpoint. Yes, because there was a minute 30 left over when they made the checkpoint. So it should have been 7 minutes 30 seconds, but the 1 minute 30 seconds was taken off, so it said 6.
The game does all the calculating. We don't have to do it in the chat.
Absolutely.
This is helpful. This is good. Just let it happen. We've got years of calculating.
All right.
We don't have to work.
So, very exciting. So for the first time ever, at least to my knowledge, we have a halftime show that is going to be brought to you by Hodge's band, Prawn. They're putting out their new song right here, or at least playing their new song right here on DLN. It's going to be great, and we are happy to bring it to you right now. So everybody give a hand to Hodge. Here we go. All right. Well, shout out to Prawn. Wasn't that awesome? Thank you, Hodge. Hodge, captain of Limbo, of course. Thank you so much. So we are going to be doing one of our giveaways right now. This is for a $100 gift card. $100.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
You can buy a lot of skins with that.
You can buy a ton of skins with that. So here we have our wheel. Who is going to win the $100 gift card? It could be anybody on this wheel. Here we go. Round and round it goes. And the winner of the $100 gift card is going to be Grim.
Wow.
Very nice, Grim.
Congrats, Grim. Congrats. You're a rich, rich man now.
Congratulations.
Well, I can't think of anyone more. Grim put in. You've seen some of the videos that Grim has even made in this very cast. So, I think it's lovely that we get to give back. Thank you so much for everybody for joining and everything. Let's just put in again that if you want some more giveaways, some more wins and whatnot, all in the chat, your predictions, your dash leagues, the whole 9 yards. You guys know at this point. Be sure to give this a like and everything, and share the stream around. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. I'm going to give the chat a little read through. What else we got on the docket?
We are just waiting for people to get back into the match. It is. Okay, yeah. Oh, we are. Hold on.
Another server swap around.
I guess so.
Everyone's. I don't know if this is still happening today, but every once in a while you put in the server selection as the host, and it just randomly switches just before you hit start map and open up the lobby. It could be something like that happened. I mean, who knows? But these are both experienced captains in the match here. I'm sure they've worked that out. So we'll be in the match shortly, and I assume both teams have most of their players at the ready at this point.
It is Mano Wars lobby. It is up. Same password.
All right. I was lied to then.
All right. Well, as we're queuing this up, I saw someone say Jaded was going on a trip or something. That sounds amazing. Remember in season 4 finals, I won some VR games. Shout out Willow. Thanks, Joseph. Man, season 4 finals. I think I casted that, right? Yeah. Jeez. Because I played season 3, then we casted season 4.
Yeah, we've been around the play one season, and they'll throw just anybody into the cast. and then we just stay here, keeping seats warm for ourselves.
Right. 3-1 tank. That's a pretty good prediction. 3-0, 15 minutes left. Oh yeah, did they need to say the time left on the?
Yes, that's okay. Be sure you include the time left. I did make sure to mention that in the chat bot. But all that being said, we had some really exciting team play out of payloads, but we've been around the block long enough to know that pretty much every team, without exception, is slightly more of a payload team or slightly more of a domination team. Sometimes it's not even about teamwork versus individual skill and like that balance, that sometimes payload favors teamwork more than the other, or that might be the perception. But sometimes it's really just the way the team and everybody on a team plays works better for one map type than another. Clearly, Tank very strong on the payloads, as FeaR has made it to the grand finals on their ability to play every map, and they still managed to win out here. But is FeaR going to turn out, at least in this matchup, more of a domination-centric team? Can they bring it back? They need to win every single map from this point forward in order to take the best 3 out of 5 grand finals format. And so if they lose this map, that's it. We are done. Tank takes the cake and wins the day. But if FeaR can get on a hot streak, as this next map's going to be domination, if they win, the map after that's going to be domination. If they win, it's going to be control point after. If FeaR can really get it together for these very different map types, they have a good shot here. And I think they have a good shot of just that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, man, I've seen a lot of predictions coming in. I miss Trey too. Humble's complaining, talking about being in the booth. Hey, look, you know, well, I think are the teams about ready? Do they have 5 in for each of them yet?
Or do we still have a bot Thomas hanging out in the lobby with?
We are missing one member of FeaR.
Okay.
All right, I'll let them know to start when ready and to jump in, give them a little bit of bullying. But here we are. We're going to go into Volcano. Volcano, one of the more controversial maps of the game, to say the least. This one has some interesting stuff. Do we have a Domination video that we wanted to play?
Oh, we do. Yeah, let's go ahead and roll that right now.
Yeah, let's...
Oh.
We're still finding it.
I know, yeah, I've got a lot of scenes, okay. There we go. Here we go with the Domination video.
Welcome to Domination, the fastest paced game mode VR esports has ever seen. This game mode is simple. On every map there are 3 buttons, 1 at each team spawn and 1 in the center of the map. In order to win, teams will need to capture objectives by pressing buttons. When pressed, these buttons will shoot a beam of light matching their team's color into the sky. Teams will need to capture all 3 points, including their enemy spawn point, and hold it for 5 seconds to score a point. First team to score 3 points wins. Domination is known for being a game of speed, killing, and map control, often favoring teams with higher killing potential than other game modes. So players will need to lock in to win their way to the top. Domination has 3 potential maps in Dash League. Waterway, one of the smallest maps in the entire league with the highest amount of action. Quarry, the largest map in the entire game that requires the highest level of coordination and communication in order to win. And finally, Volcano, the newest map of the league that is full of surprises, pickups, and more. All of the best action in VR esports only available at Dash League Network.
All right, awesome. Shout out to Willow for making those videos, by the way.
Yeah, my pride and joy right there.
All right, so we do have everybody in the lobby, so we are just waiting for the go-ahead from the players here, the captains, and we will get this.
Have we had any roster switch-ups? That's one thing I was curious about. It looks very similar.
Defy, I think Defy's new. I think.
Yes, yeah. Shout swapped out with Defy here. Yep. Defy very strong on the pistols. Shout a very good in-game caller and good with those explosives. We saw that in match, but I can understand why they'd swap out for Defy. He's been working hard.
He has been, but you know, it doesn't matter how good you are. IG game lead shot caller, the person like kind of the person controlling the waves. Team, it's a dangerous gambit. I mean, definitely you need to balance like how good of players' performance versus how much team coordination you have. And so we're gonna see if that was a worthwhile trade for Tank here. But I think unsurprising that Tank decided to make that decision here on a Domination rather, because Payload is much more team-based, coordination-based. Domination is much more kill-focused. It's much more just like momentum, get in the enemy's face, do as much as you possibly can. Volcano, an interesting map too, because it is the only league map with an armor pickup in it, armor giving you effectively double health every 30 seconds if you go and grab it, which I think makes holding B very interesting. Also, Volcano being an interesting map because B is actually closer than the enemies to the enemy spawn than their home point. So a lot of the fighting ends up at B rather than at the enemy's home points. And I think it makes it an interesting map. Some people think it makes it a difficult one. And I think both of those are good things. Are they ready to go here? Looks like one of the teams, blue team there, is in their spawn, maybe chatting, getting some coordination ready, getting some planning, last minute planning in. Let me pull up the stream again here. Let's see. Joseph has to go to work. Just watch the stream at work.
Yeah, put it up on the lobby TVs or whatever. If you're working at a food service, I don't know what you're doing now, but you could just change one of those electric menus to show the Dash League live stream. I think everybody would appreciate that.
What server are we on? Do you know if
we are on Amsterdam?
Oh, Amsterdam. All right. Well, there you go. Someone was asking Amsterdam.
Let's get this done.
Yeah, the last server was New York, so we're back in Amsterdam for the third and maybe final match. Let's see if
we'll see.
It's possible. If bring this back.
This is match point, as they would say in the Wii golf games. Every time I that exact, the shot caller guy up there, he said it so well.
Tennis.
The tennis guy. That's you're right. That is. Getting some lovely instruments there.
Beep boop, beep boop. Still the strategery out of FeaR. I mean, I can't blame them with how much switching up there's been in the play styles, at least from an outside perspective, from my perspective. During these payloads, the openers on dominations are so important, not just for like potentially getting a huge momentum boost and point in just a couple seconds if your openers were really good, but also information gathering on what your opponent is doing, whether they're going with common trends of his matches, if you even study that far back, or if they're doing something that they're going to keep doing for further openers, because it is the first to 3 points and you reset after each point, then that's useful information to keep track of. You can try and counter that specifically with everybody's openers, and so if everybody's aware of their role, sometimes you can even make that decision as an individual for the benefit of your team. Keeping track of that as a team, though, very important to get down and make sure. Speaking of getting down, Chromeheart and Man of War up in front of us.
You know, that's one thing. That's one thing that I love about VR is it's so expressive. So like,
yes.
Oh, and all of them are combining.
Where are these lights coming from? What is that? Do you have a laser pointer or something?
So I think they're pointing the rockets, and I think the rockets show up.
Oh, okay.
This is so chaotic. This is why I love games. This is just such a unique, lovely experience, and you know, I would love for someone to just put together all moments like this, a big compilation, because to me, this is what makes this stuff just so lovely, and why the community for this game is like nothing else. I mean, truly, the community of all of these other games is just so much worse than games like this, because I feel like to us, everyone is so much more human. This is human. This is who we are. I feel like I really know everybody. Looks like we're ready to start this match, though. As people are debating who's the best volcano team ever, look, no bias.
It's not NotGollum by himself.
Clearly, it's not NotGollum by himself. Yeah, and the team that he was on. Yeah.
Nah, we can take it or leave.
It's like bragging who the best street sweeper is. That's true. That's true. That's true. All right, let's get this game going. We got some 6-7 there coming out of gameplay, so ready to go. All right, jumping right in. This is match point of the volcano. This is possibly it. If FeaR is able to take this map, though, then we will see a great win coming out of them, and we will go into a fourth map. But to get a fourth map, we need to win the third one. Man of War getting a nice kill in his spawn there, getting some nice pickup as he now enters. Looks like the armor was already taken by Hog Rider. That is a huge fumble by Tank and a great pickup for FeaR, as that allows them to hold B so much more solidly. Destroyer grabbing some dashes as he goes forward.
Making his way through to try and hold down his opponent's base dash is not going to do it, as Chromeheart now going for the health is still immediately going to get into a fight, but that is very well timed because his teammate does get the dash, is now disrupting the base button. Good kill out of Hog Rider, though. That is very important that FeaR keep their own base and keep the opponent's base. Good countdown for FeaR as well. FeaR in a very strong position here. Hog, though, it gave up that dash, is now potentially going to give up a point if he can't win this fight, and he does go down. You can see on the scoreboard here, hopping over to Baron in the same position, but on the other base. As soon as a Tank gets a handle on their own base once again, I think they're actually going to be at a potential of getting a point, but FeaR has been pretty consistent at getting into Tank's base and holding it down, I think, for longer than Tank has. One countdown for Tank, though. This is what looked pretty serious for a moment. Another countdown for Tank. 1 second. Good counter there. Nobody was holding the button. When you reach that 1 second mark, no matter who you are, if it's your team that's getting that countdown, you got to get to that button because you might just eat up enough time that somebody makes a mistake and that you holding the button actually ends up getting you the point. We've seen that happen time and time again. You may not want to do it too early. That's kind of up to your discretion and your experience, but truly button holding on Domination is a super important strategy to keep in mind since the opponent cannot hit the button while you're holding it.
True. Yeah, and that is a really, really good strategy that I think oh my gosh, Hog Rider felt it in felt a disturbance in the force and got a kill there. Oh my god.
He heard the footsteps.
Yeah, maybe. That's a stupid way to say it though. Alright, FeaR getting a good countdown here, and FeaR does actually get the first point. Let's argue about stupid crap as FeaR gets a great point there. Good job. FeaR going 1-0 here. A good start with 3 minutes into the first map. 1 point in 3 minutes is pretty solid. That's a really, really good time. Excuse me. If they keep this up, then 9 minutes only, they will end up taking the first map of their time in the finals here, which will be a pretty good a good pace. Here we see Destroyer.
Countdown for Tank.
Oh, countdown for Tank, countdown for Tank.
I'm not going to get anything though. Did not have enough players down. Another countdown for Tank though with more blue players down. Are they going to hold the button? No! They get a counter on B and now the rest of blue is going to revive and get their own base back. The fight on B is always crazy, always back and forth no matter the matchup. But how intense it is on B compared to the two base buttons, I find is always interesting to track of and always different depending on the matchup. Right now, at least from my perspective, it seems like it's a battle of the bases more often than anything. Every once in a while you get a counter on B, but really the bases are where it counts. You don't get as long of a hold from one team or on a base as you might in matchups where B is a lot more the focus of one or both teams and controlling that B button. Often B is the last one that a team needs to get in this FeaR versus Tank match. That was a serious countdown out of FeaR. Not quite going to turn into a point, but maybe this one will. There are a lot of Tank players left alive, and Hog has to get a couple kills here in order to defend the base. Good skip there, takes out his armor, he's low on health, prioritizes getting that button for the dash, does not live to grab that dash and exit, however. And now Man of War is going to be trying to camp, a countdown for Tank, but a lot of blue players left alive, means they're pretty confident getting that counter. And only Baron and now Tossed, and now several Tank players are respawning. Baron is going to make a slow but steady play. He has some dashes building up. That was a huge flip from FeaR countdown to Tank countdown in under a second. Everybody's ready at every button here. Icuriel is going to grab this dash. Keeping that dash down is very important. Base defense. He's now going to go for a sneaky flank. I think a lot more focus throughout this second round here in this map has started to go towards B as both teams get a lot better at defending their base against these opponents. But now we have two red players going for the blue team's base. Might be a little out of position for a counter, but luckily they have another teammate getting a counter that dash down over in red team's base and trying to take some sticky, tricky positions. Does not win that fight against Man of War though. Two Tank players alive to grab their own base as the other points swap. Countdown for FeaR right behind the back of Destroyer. Somebody came from B button to grab that. And now it's a countdown for red with several blue players left alive. I'd be surprised if this doesn't, if this didn't get countered. It did. And now Tossed still on the defensive. He's actually been alive here in FeaR's button for quite a while, but his luck does run out just in time for Icuriel to grab his own base. Does not go for a defensive position here. Does go for a countdown instead. There are several Tank players alive, but nobody in position to get the count. That is a second point for FeaR. Very well played. Good decision making there to go for a countdown when everybody on red team was out of position to try and prevent it. Great job coming out of FeaR here. We could very well see a fourth map coming in here today. The performance by Tank, it's very different than what it was previously. We're seeing that FeaR, feels like a different team. Tank feels like a different team a little bit. We're seeing that
they're just not able to really follow through with what they're trying to achieve. And FeaR is able, oh my gosh, a little lag there, a little bit of a countdown. Tank is getting some good countdowns, but they're not able to hold that area, and the area really is just down to getting as many kills as possible. I think another thing that is really failing Tank here is not getting those armor pickups. Armor pickups on B is the difference maker. And yeah, Tank is engaged with yada yada does that. Yeah, good. I'm sure. FeaR here has 2 points as they're gonna try to not quite able to get into the enemy base there. Chrome Heart getting a countdown on FeaR. This could be it. Oh, super close counter by Baron. Baron barely getting. I'm sorry, the sound effects.
The unga bunk. That was perfectly timed to throw us off. Baron going to go for that B button. Does get the button, and now it's the only button that Tank has of their own. Because FeaR has been very good at locking down their base and trying to clear it out. Tank was in a difficult position there. If that had turned into a serious countdown, those 2 players running into the red team's base on the part of FeaR would have had a difficult time trying to counter, but luckily did not get put in that difficult spot. Now everybody on red team is spreading out. Everybody on team is trying to cover different buttons. Oh, that was a wipe.
Good wipe.
Good last kill out of Toss, catching that one player out of position, completely in the open, managing to help his team lock down that first point.
Oh yeah.
Tank mentally probably in a comeback mindset, and FeaR now on the mental momentum back foot, if you can call such a thing. NotGollum, good follow-up there, good distraction. That was a very good team play out of FeaR, and now NotGollum's going to try and sneakily lock down this dash as Tank gets a quick initial countdown. Not going to turn into a point though. Chrome Heart's been very good at clearing his own base out, grabbing that dash. Now is going to take a little bit of a corner. He knows this is a bit of a back and position. This is not the time to try and rush points until you get more teammates ready to lock things down with you. This map is so sectioned off, even though there's a lot of interconnected paths. They're just long enough that it might as well be 3 separate islands that can't see each other. So you have to communicate with your team about the timing of these points, or get a very lucky team wipe, purposeful or lucky, in order to get a point on a map like this.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, you put that really well. It's like that it has all of the disadvantage of like these separated fights, but then like a little countdown for both teams there, but they both get countered. Tank not getting 2 points. Is that instead of taking a lot of 1v1s like this map is very interesting, that it's a lot of 2v2s. It's a lot of like islands, a lot, like you said, like it's a lot of group ups, but small ones. And I think it makes really interesting fights here. Tank getting a countdown though. Tank does get a point.
Second point. Super hype there.
Barely making his point there. Really good hold by Toast there, getting just the kills he needed to get that countdown there. I saw Stun said comeback mod. That's funny.
Sure. Why not? Why not? All right, opener number 5.
Yeah, here we go.
Unless we go into overtime, which there's a lot of time left, so I doubt that's going to happen. This is the last opener we're going to see. This is very important. Good 2 kills out of Toss. I think there's still 1 player left. Yes. No.
Oh, no, quite.
They do have the base. Okay.
So this is not only map point, but this is match point, possibly. Like everything rests on this 1 point for both teams. This 1 point is what this entire finals has come to right here, and we'll see if Tank can get this countdown. Oh, 1 second. They barely getting countered. FeaR barely staying in the running here. Destroyer in the enemy base. The enemy base now cleared as FeaR does get a countdown, but it is almost instantly countered. 2 seconds left. FeaR might get a point here. Not quite it. Baron getting a really good counter. Toast 4 years in the making. Yeah, everyone here is pretty much 4 years in the making. Almost everyone here is super duper veteran. It's crazy. Here we see Baron trying to secure B. Does get a nice cheeky kill on Hog Rider there. We see 4 red, 4 tank in B. That's not what you want happening. That's too many in B. They need to just get that armor and start pushing forward, which you do see. Baron does take the enemy dash, but is going to instantly die for it. His dashes aren't quite fast enough. We now see that there are 2 blues in their own base trying to move forward. Mercurial waiting to get on to B. His team does have it secured. He's waiting to, like a shark in water, hunting blood. Does get a bit of lag, though. A laggy shark. A countdown for FeaR, though. Another countdown for does counter twice. This is so unbelievably close. Here's the countdown. Not another countdown. It's too many countdowns to even count.
And the only Baron left alive.
Oh.
FeaR wins this map. Very well done.
Barely squeaking the 3-2 out. FeaR is going to be dragging this to a 4th map. Here we go. The scoreboard, we're about to see it. W more maps. I couldn't have said it better myself, Jaded. Here we go. Over on the top of Tank, we have Man of War 26. On top of FeaR, we got Hog Rider 5 and 25. It looks like the top killer on the whole map is the Hog Rider with the 35. Really good performance out of both teams there. That was a fun map. This so far is turning into a very interesting match. I honestly, it feels so much like that last UNSC where it's like you think you know what team is gonna win, and then the other like, oh god, like it's just so close.
All right. And as soon as we get into this next game, or this next lobby, I should say, we will give away the second prize. Which, NotGollum, remind me what the second prize is and remind our viewers what that second prize is.
The second prize is going to be a figurine of the Hyperdash robot himself.
Yeah, with the default head.
Everything.
Wow.
All these players you see, you can get a little figurine of the character themselves. Put it up in your trophy case if you like, on full display. It's an excellent model though. Printed, designed by yours truly, Willow. So everybody who entered for map 2 is going to be put in for this randomized giveaway. And we will see the results of that shortly. We also are going to be moving on to a second Domination map right after this, since FeaR just won the first Domination map. Maybe it's going to be a similar result here. Keep the momentum in their favor.
True.
But we are doing a similar giveaway. We are... Here, let me get...
real quick, I'll just throw in Goose. It is going to be Bread's lobby.
Oh. I have a full lobby of Tank versus FeaR with Man of War.
Oh. All right, whatever. I guess I was given...
Everybody's getting mixed in.
3 people made a lobby at the same time. I was getting a lot of conflicting.
Hey, the important thing is we got it. We got it. All right, let me get these names in here for our second giveaway. As soon as I can do that.
All right. Cornbread make an appearance in the chat? I didn't see that.
Ooh.
Where's Cornbread? I want to say hi to Cornbread. It's been a long time. What's up, everybody? Man, everybody's showing up here. Thank you so much. Please share the link around, give a like, all that good stuff.
For this 4th map here, we are giving away a printed staple gun for the most accurate prediction. We've done accurate predictions for all the previous maps, and those have been printed staple guns as well. We'll reveal the winners of those later, but be sure to put your prediction in the chat shortly as we roll this random winner for the printed figure.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we go for the printed figure. Who is going to win? Round and round the wheel goes. And it will be... Ooh... GH of TA225.
Yeah, not sure how we're going to say that, but that's how it's written.
Let's go.
We'll get in contact with you. Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you. That was awesome. All right.
Well, congratulations to these people. Again, we have more giveaways going right now, so please join in if you want some free goodies. Willow, thank you for doing work once in your life. It really helps the league. You're so welcome. I know.
Jaded says that's Blob.
All right,
okay,
congrats, Blob. We'll get in contact with you.
All right, 4th map. This is going to be good. Now, something worth mentioning. I saw some people mention in the chat that last one was Amsterdam. That was FeaR's preferred server, and they barely did win it. So now we're going into Tank's preferred server. I don't know if it's their preferred map, but the needle is going to push a little bit towards tank in this one just because of the map preference. But this could still go to a control point. Honestly, if I'm allowed to make a prediction, I think we're going to make it to a control point here.
Ooh.
Just simply because we saw such a difference in the domination versus payload performance of both teams, and I think that domination is what FeaR has been waiting for, and FeaR definitely has a solid chance to take this to a control point just based off of this map here. Lots of predictions I see here. Lots of predictions. What are you thinking, Goose? Who do you think is going to take this next map?
No, I fully agree. FeaR seems to be on a roll. They came in with a vengeance, and I think that we are going to go to a control point, and it's just gonna. We knew this was going to be a close match, and of course Tank took the first 2 maps, but I think FeaR is going to bring it back, and we're going to be going to a control point.
That's what I'm hoping for. I love Tank, I love FeaR, but I'm always looking for more maps in matches. So I'm looking for as close and exciting of a game as possible. That's the result that's going to get it. And I'm sure FeaR, even with the server change, has a decent shot. This is going to be more of an uphill battle, though, than when they were on their favored server. I'm going to say that for sure. Very different type of domination map. All 3 domination maps are extremely differently. I'd argue even more payloads are from each other.
Snarbles!
Thank you,
Let's
Snarps.
go!
Thank you.
You know, for anybody that is new, or not new, but just has joined the stream not too long ago, the DITS is generously doubling all donations you give, so small donations are now worth a lot. So, you know, if you guys are in a place that you want to help the league even more than just leaving, now is a great time to do it.
That is true. This person says there's no control point. There's going to be 2 control points because we did swap servers.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be awesome.
Control point. That's always crazy to watch. That will be one thing they have not hard programmed into the game like they did for the payloads. Everybody in the chat can be yelling at us for who should have won when, if you want, when we get to it. But relax. We'll get to it when we get to it.
Look, we only got 1 map in front of us, and that map is Quarry, which, man, interesting choice to go Volcano Quarry.
Everybody, every finals for every season, I think, has at least played Waterway.
Right.
At some point in the...
All right. My PC just crashed hard. So we will get back into the match as soon as possible. Just give me 1 second here. All right.
Hey, you good?
Yeah. PC crashed. No idea why.
It's because it's too hype, dude.
Yeah,
it's too hype.
Too hyped. Give me 1 second here to get you guys a...
Okay, so they can't hear us right now, right?
Yeah.
We're all good.
Oh, no, they can. Sorry.
Okay,
we're live.
Yeah, you're good. Yep. Okay. Well, welcome back, everybody.
We're right back at it. Nothing happened. Cass, we're all good. Thank you, everybody, for being patient. I think we're almost gearing up to get started, but just with that little hiccup. But we'll be right back to it shortly. In the meantime, we're tabulating up these predictions. Everybody, say a big Dash League in the chat, and we'll get it going soon.
Oh yeah, so give me that Dash League in chat. I want to see it. Well, just to cap. Oh,
you're good.
Well, just to cap off what we were saying, just that the Quarry is played a lot less during the season, and I think that makes it a lot interesting to play during the finals because it's a lot less studied. You can prep for it. You're kind of hoping that your opponent hasn't played it nearly as much during the season either. So I think it's just honestly more of a wild card. I think Waterway is a lot predictable, and by not doing that, you can kind of thrive in the chaos, right? I think that's probably what these teams are hoping by doing Quarry Payload, or Quarry Payload instead of, oh my god, Quarry Payload. Quarry Volcano instead of, man, I got the Quarry Payload tournament on my mind from like a year ago. Instead of doing Waterway.
Do you guys mind checking on the stream just to make sure we're good?
Yeah, I have the stream pulled up. Everything looks fine. Yeah, the audio sounds good.
Good.
Shout just gave me a ping that...
It looks like we're still waiting for that 5th for FeaR.
Right.
But they do have a 10 minutes in between each map before they are required to start, because, not everybody can be here forever, as much as we'd like to see fully even. But it looks like all 5 players actually are in there now for FeaR. We're getting the double thumbs up from Team Blue. I'm just waiting on FeaR and Team Red to get the thumbs up. I think we're good to go.
All right, looks like we're gonna be starting here any second now.
All right,
into the Tank versus FeaR.
Tank versus FeaR. Let's go.
Let's go.
Map 4. Map 4. Map 4.
Match starts in 3, 2, 1.
All right, we're gonna see Toga's rollout here. Now the rollouts I find so interesting because they're much more mechanical than Toga doing kind of a passive rollout here, which I know looked like a boring rollout, but it was to achieve what he just did right there. Toga was doing a slow rollout on purpose to try and catch the fast rollouts coming out of Tank and being able to kill him, and it worked out beautifully for them. Toast getting a nice kill there, but he's going to get shot from the side, as Tank has no control of B, but does have control of both enemy bases. Baron going to try to get a countdown here, and just a little too late. Noble is able to get that countdown too late on securing B, for Tank. Tank not able to secure a point out of that one. Noble blasting through the entire map, getting a bunch of pickups, stealing a bunch of resources from Tank, and is going to get a nice kill. Not going to turn into a countdown there, though. Holy egg spam in the chat.
Golden egg spam, am I right?
I guess so. Shout here, picking up some pickups, is going to try to fight, and his teammate will finish the kill for him as they're going to come out of tunnel here. Tunnel leading into the enemy base as Shout gets some nice resources, avoids a fight, and is going to try to get a countdown. Oh, shooting a ghost there.
Oh my gosh!
The casualness! That was so cool!
Yeah,
countdown.
I understand why Shout backed up from the point right there. He was holding it down. As soon as the countdown swaps, you know that a ton of players have just respawned, and there's just enough room for a quickly respawning player, unlike on Volcano, to get back at least within sight of the button, if not to also touch it and take you out. So it's a lot less safe to hold the button, even if eventually, as the timer gets down in a countdown, it becomes necessary, and everybody should do it eventually. Sometimes with a full reset of respawns, it's just not worth it. You know you're down. Good countdown for
FeaR. I just shout out a thank you to Bulldog for giving this huge.
Thanks, Bulldog. Thank you.
Bulldog, you're doing great. Thank you very much, bro.
And FeaR rolling out to B. I highlighted the sectionality and the separateness of Volcano map, but really the way that this map is sectioned out isn't by the points, but it's by the routes, I like to say. The tunnel route is played so much differently than B. B is a lot more of a standard brawl with a lot of cover and some different entryways in and out, some standard routes, some off routes that take longer to run. But you can see there's a lot of back and forth, there's a lot of resources with the tunnel, there's that dash in the middle, and a straightaway, a couple pillars, that's it. It's a fast track between your base and the enemy base. You have to down, if not using it to enter the enemy team's base. There shouldn't be as much protracted fighting, as many pauses. It's a lot more constant flowing, and it can often be the reason that a team gets taken out and loses a point is because of that back route. It gets forgotten. So neither of these teams thus far seem to have forgotten this. We're getting a lot of the fighting on B, which is great because sometimes the fighting on the tunnel can be very, you could say straightforward, but it is super important what goes on in the tunnel here. That's usually where somebody in Man of War position is going to get a ton of headshot kills in a row, start disrupting a base, is because of that tunnel route. Curial was hiding just in the right position to try and get a counter, and teammates follow up because he knows Man of War is going to be difficult to fight, especially if you get some lag spikes like Curial seems to be experiencing right now.
Oh my gosh, Flame, thank you for the 10.
Thank you, Flame, thank you. And thus far, I think we've gotten a lot of tank controlling B. They've been pretty consistent about that. They just haven't quite been able to follow up effectively. You do have to communicate between the tunnel and B. I wonder if even Tank might be flooding people through tunnel when they have B, relying on one or maybe just two players to fully control that point. That may be exactly what's going on. Several players go to that button. Alive. Not enough bullets to take the players out.
No goal. A little distraught by the 1 point there. But that is, you know, look, 5 minutes in and Tank has only gotten 1 point. This is going to be a bit of a long map if things continue at the pace that they've been. Man of War getting a... Oh, we're going to see a fun rollout here out of Man of War. Man of War messing up some of his dashes, though, is going to get the tunnel dash anyway, though, doing a nice little 360, getting some kills, going to take the enemy resources, and is going to try to get a countdown, but his team doesn't have B, so Man of War is going to have to hold the enemy base completely alone. We have all been there, having to hold the enemy base. Your team doesn't have B, not quite enough time, and doesn't end up winning for your team there. We're just all paying for NotGollum ASM. That's true. His fee is large. I don't know if you guys know that. Toast getting taken out on, I think that was B there, as he's now going to spawn, do a nice little top dash rollout, going 13 and 10 there. Toast is positive for his team, which on this map is so important. Taking out the Rockets. That was an interesting little half suicide there. I'm not sure what the Rockets on B. It's not a very common pickup you see out of people there. Oh, nice trade going on the enemy base there as FeaR is going to have 2 points. Tank not quite having the B presence that you want to see. They did just take B, but they're about to get taken out. Oh, countdown for Tank, but again, not quite enough like I was just talking about. Quarry Rockets are actually trolling? Absolutely not. I've seen people use Quarry. Great.
Yeah, yours truly, NotGollum. I don't do it every life. As much as I love Rocket, often as possible, but the as possible is the key component here. It is something you do to throw your opponents off. If you're already really good at it, it's a longer route out, a little bit out of the way to take. You usually need to be grabbing the dash. You want to get 2 of them if you can, but it can be worth it. It can be worth it.
Thank you so much to Willow for donating. Greatly appreciated. What, man, this Willow guy is just such a nice guy.
What a generous soul.
What a generous soul giving $20. Man, well, you know, I don't know where we'd be without you.
Probably handsome too.
Yeah, right.
You know, like that bald Rocket using Gollum over here.
That's so true. Willow just wants to shout himself out. Yeah, that's so true. I just wanted everybody to love him.
Skipping the dash? What? Oh, for his teammates to take. So that's moves up. And that seems to be working out. Now FeaR just needs B. They need to be quick on following up with that, though. But the tank players are down. It's just Toss, Shout, and Destroyer who gets the counter. Another countdown, but I don't think this is going to turn into a point at this point unless FeaR wins a lot of fights in a row. I would be surprised by the way this game has been so back and forth. But I was saying, I do want to finish the point. Rockets can be viable on core. It's not great, but you can do it. And if you want to try it, I highly recommend good switch up play. But even I don't do it all the time. Don't default to it. It just takes so long. It's such a commitment.
It's really good for defense. What I found is it's just super good for denying the enemy from being in your base at all, because you know where they're gonna go to a button, and you don't have to go there if you have rockets. Which it's really good for setting traps in that way, which I think is really, really fun to watch. Toast here, low life. New donation from Foxy Smart for $10. Thank you.
Thank you, Foxy.
Oh, thank you, everybody. Man,
it's literally
donation crazy.
Freddy Foxy Bear.
Freddy Foxy Bear giving some donations. Freddy Foxy Bear coming in to save the day.
This is a good offensive out of tank, but I think they're just about going to get cleared out as soon as Shout goes down, unless something crazy happens on B. Yeah, Shout does go down. NotGollum going to take the base back, goes for the dash too. I think that's the right move. Going to try and sneak in using even a little bit of sprint energy. Ooh. Uses up his dash and gets flanked by Man.
Yeah, that sprinting took him out. He couldn't dash to a position that he wanted to get to. Now, I can't tell you how many times I've seen people die by untimely sprinting. Man of War is in the enemy base with Shout. This could be huge.
And there's no dash in the tunnel area. Took it. It's only just now going to get back up. But that means that FeaR has tank space, because that player who went into the tunnel with no dash ended up getting it, just waiting long enough, and now FeaR able to get their own base back soon enough.
Nice.
Tank gets their own base back with all the respawns, and we're back to the back and forth with 16 minutes left on the clock.
Hey, so it's been almost 10 minutes here, and only one has been scored, which just goes to show you how difficult Corey is, how good you need to be together. I see someone say that the Foxy donation was Shout/IV's mom. I don't know if that's true, but if that is amazing. Big love. A nice $10 donation from Speed is a great player, and then a $4 donation from our very own Baron, who I thought isn't Baron in the match.
Just quickly checking the phone.
Yeah, I want to know how that works.
Not turning into the Tank gets their own point back. Baron not on the phone anymore.
Yeah, Baron lock it. Yeah, he's going 31 and 20. Real quick. Like, give him $4 to these peasants, you know, watching. It's not. All right, fair. All right. Well, you know, we can all believe. We're jumping right back in. Chrome Heart countdown for huge. Not quite able to secure it. They do have great control of it, but it looks like they lost the beat for just a little bit too long there. As now Tank does gain the control back of their own base. We see a little bit of FeaR entering their base, but they are going to get some secure of the B as they're multitasking. Destroyer, fumbling and a really nice kill there, and is not able to. Yeah, WIV's mom. Aquarial at the enemy base. Baron getting a nice kill. A countdown for Tank. Not quite enough. It was another countdown. Shout holding the base. Look at the Joseph movement there on the button. Does get a counter. NotGollum does with less than 1 second left. A new donation from Ladies of Dashley. Thank you so much for the 5. Man, it's the donations have been going absolutely crazy. I cannot thank everyone here enough. You guys make the league worth playing. And NotGollum here getting into the enemy base, recharging some dashes before he rolls out. Looks like he's also maybe waiting for B so that they can get the countdown. Gets a really nice kill there. Is going to try to get another countdown, but is able to fully flush that into a point. Looks like Tank is able to clear the base here. Stumbling over my words there just with how much 15 from Doogie, thank you so much, brother. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely crazy. Baron securing B for his team, getting a nice kill on Hog. Tank having some of the presence that they've needed this entire time. A countdown for Tank here. Man of War is not able to prevent the counter rather, as now the countdown is ruined on B. Shout in a very vulnerable position with no dash, no health, no anything, as he's gonna try to hold the button, but that, oh my god! So close, almost was a point for Tank, but isn't quite. But we do see a countdown for Tank. The Destroyer doesn't have the dash.
Wow!
Look at the rocket!
Whoa.
The rocket almost saved them if it wasn't for other people being slow to hold the button. The accidental, too slow actually was going to
Optimally, they would have lost.
Exactly.
I hate optimally played unoptimally.
And you ever join a pub and somebody's so stupid that they run circles around you? It's like you just can't predict what they're doing. Like
the unkillable SMD. Yeah.
I think a huge 2 points for Tank there now, though. 12 minutes, 30 seconds left for FeaR is going to need to get at least 2 points to get to an overtime here. Shout with the hard carry, sure. Great play out of both teams. Countdown for FeaR here, early countdown there as Go Destroyer with the hands up. Oh yeah, Man of War getting into the tunnel here, gosh, some of these kills you see them do, like that one, with such ease, and you're like, God, the skill here is unimaginable. A little dance, and both of the teams dance for the button there as they're trying to get a countdown here. FeaR does end up taking B though, so it doesn't matter whether they got the point or got the button to press or not. Hog Rider getting some health as he goes into B here. Another donation from Dolls Cats for $5. How lovely! Cats, the Dolls Cats have some good taste. Toast here, getting some dashes, rolling out. A new oh my gosh, Subhuman for $20. A new name that I've never seen. Thank you so much for the $20. Baron rolling out. I love that we're still 700% ahead of our goal. We never reached. Baron getting a nice kill there on B as the team. This is a huge forward momentum here for Tank. They get some nice kills. A little backtracking. Baron up, left it for the person who's closer there. But this could turn into a point if they get some momentum with this. It looks like, yeah, they were just... Tank is not doing a good job of turning the B dominance into momentum into forward points. They're just kind of holding B and then just sitting on B, and just like the time ticks by until eventually you know that FeaR is going to kill them, and that they're not going to get any countdowns from that. Destroyer getting the point on B as he's gonna try to come up here and get a kill. Does get a health pickup, gets another kill, rolling forward into the enemy base. This could be huge. Picks up their dash, running around, picking up both their dashes. This is huge. Grabs the health, goes into the enemy base. A triple man hold. This could be it. This could be it.
No, there's no way. There's no way. Everybody's spawning. There's still so many tank players alive. Man of War not quite make it out with his. And FeaR is going to hold on by the skin of their teeth, I might add. What an odd phrase in our English language. And now Tank is gearing up for a second wave crash as they're going to get that dash in the tunnel, maybe. Man of War following up carefully with his teammate, is going to check his corners, try and grab that health too. Waiting to actually damage that player until the health came up. Very smart play, gets 3 kills. Sprints forward for a countdown, but is not alive long enough to actually hold that button. And FeaR does get their own base back, but that was very close to actually being a solid countdown because of the way that whole fight was played out. With Man of War and his teammate, he's also in position to grab that dash, just skips the tunnel, grabs the health, gets the bar dash too, that's huge. Nobody around. He's going to take a defensive position, but NotGollum, knowing he was going to be following up because teammate calling that out, gets in a strong position, and now FeaR with a countdown. Several tank players are not quite going to turn into a point yet unless a couple fights get lost. A lot of tank players choosing to just try and skip instead of holding down their own base. Man of War does stay back for that kill. That was potentially risky, but the rest of tank gets their own base. Somebody using rockets as well. Double rockets, no. Chrome Heart, I respect it. Didn't work out though, as Destroyer rolls through B. I think Tank might have somebody rolling out through the tunnel right now based on the minimap, but does not actually get anything done, get taken out. This is a lot more even back and forth right now.
Real quick, Mabel and Julian, which I believe are dog cats, at $7. Amazing, thank you much.
Mabel's my Julian. Cat too.
Oh, nice. How lovely, how lovely. The cat, even look, if even your cats are coming in watching Dash League and donating, like you know, drop a like on the stream. We're seeing some good presence coming out of tunnel here as nice a nice stealing of some resources, but is not going to turn into anything. A Shout gets a nice double kill there and is going to get the tunnel dash as he rolls forward into the enemy base, trying to steal some resources. Not quite enough. Stranded, gonna hit the button and die for it. That was a good little countdown, but not quite enough. We have 8 minutes left over. Mabel, not Mabel, a $10 donation. Thank you. A $10 donation, an autocorrect that it's never been seen. NotGollum getting some nice kills in the tunnel there. NotGollum just needing some health. He's at the end of his rope here as he's getting into B. FeaR having some dominance over B here, but not turning it into any points. Baron takes B, gets an amazing kill. He's going to try to push forward. Is going to get taken up by Hog. Not quite enough. We see 3 on B as, possible countdown. Not quite turned into it. A huge... Tank 3 tank into enemy base. Is this enough? He's not going to get that kill. Hog Riders take him out. The spawn dominance coming out of FeaR. There was just too much. Tank couldn't overdo it. Tank not getting enough kills. Was not able to get the point there. No, Jesus. The Destroyer rolling out through the hallway here, trying to get into the enemy base. Not quite able to turn it into enemy kills as people slip right through the cracks. He's going to have to turn back and is possibly going to die trying to pick up that dash. Not quite. Chrome Heart getting a nice kill, countering the countdown as he's going to push forward. Baron getting some nice kills. A countdown for Tank there. 3 in the enemy base. A countdown. Oh my gosh, a crazy midlife kill. It's the rocket!
The rocket! It's the rocket!
But that's a
not quite. That would have been so hype. I would have felt so vindicated if that had worked out. Oh my gosh. I tell you, the switch up, you're never expecting it if you're actually in the lobby, and it almost worked out there. Another countdown for Tank. Only Hog Rider left alive gets the important kill, and a last millisecond counter there. Another countdown for Tank. FeaR has heavily been on the back foot here. Remember, I think they're at that ping disadvantage right this map too.
Countdown. Oh my gosh, a
Tank wins!
A point for Tank there. Wow. That they turned on the gas at the last 5 minutes there. Tank, unbelievable with their aggression, with coordinates, and they are winning. The Dash League Season X champions is Tank, coming in with the crazy 3-1 win now, or 3-0 win on this one. 3 total on the maps. Now we see top of Tank there, Man of War going 65 and top of FeaR there, NotGollum going 42-44. Top frag of the entire game is Man of War at 65. Winning team Tank. Baron going 56 kills, Shout 31, Destroyer 54, and Toast 42. FeaR, NotGollum 42, Hog Rider 36, Chromar 44, Toga 38, and Akuriel 45. What a show today. Unbelievable. A new donation from Julian. He knows who it is for $10. Thank you very, very much. Thank you so much. W Julian, W all the donations. You guys have been incredible with the donations. Last season was the same thing, that the vast majority of our money came in during the finals donations, and that is what allowed this season to be so great. All of the prizes that you're winning here today, all the prizes that the winners of season here today are going to be getting, is because of these donations. Oh my gosh, a donation I think I just missed. Did I? No. So thank you so much. Oh yes, yeah, and from Fam for $10. Thank you very much. Mel, thank you. This has been such a great game, Goose.
Oh yeah.
Looks like we're pulling up the stats here. Payload 36.93% to FeaR's 36.92%, making that 0.1% difference. Payload 100% to 92%. Gosh, that canyon was amazing.
Yeah.
The volcano there going 2-3 in FeaR's favor, and the final domination when the server advantage was in Tank's favor. They 3-0'd on that quarry. What a show today.
If there's any captains out there, if you want to get into the community channel, I can drag you in. We can talk a little bit and see how this match went for you guys.
Yep, we'll have to drag you guys in. The seat is locked for everybody else. Wow, what a show. I will be reading through the chat here, seeing what everybody's saying. I think Gumbo is going through the donations not the donations, the giveaways right now. So don't leave quite yet. If you want to win some free stuff, then come and get your free stuff. Don't leave the stream. Shout/Ivy Mom finally proud. So true. Shout out to the vet players that stopped in to say hi. You're all missed. That is so unbelievably true. This is Dash League Season X, Season 10. It's been going on so long, and I've seen come in chat here today. I miss what used to be, but we can celebrate what we have now, and what we have now is a great game.
All right, NotGollum, if you want to remind me what the third prize is.
This is going to be another $100 gift certificate. Ooh. Just like that first prize. This is a randomized giveaway for that $100 gift certificate.
100 buckaroos.
All right.
I'll put you in contact with the necessary parties, both for that first winner and for this one. Let's see who takes the cake.
All right, and are we allowing double prize winners? Because I see one person on here that's already won a prize.
We'll just re-roll. All
right, sounds good.
I just kind of put the names in there, so we'll...
Oh, you're good. Here we go. Who is going to win another $100 gift card? Round and round it goes. It is going to end up being Heis.
Hey!
Let's go.
Wow. Congratulations, Heis.
Congratulations, Heis. Well, you know what? I think you will be hard pressed to find people as appreciated in this community as like Heis, Doll, and Ditz. Like those are the three like monuments of people that are loved. Rigged, yeah, of course. Well, congratulations to Heis, and thank you for that everybody has done here, but love you highs. It looks like we're getting the next one squared away here, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, so we have the prediction winners.
Okay.
So do you want me to read those off, or do you want to read them off?
I can go ahead and read those off.
All right, let's go.
So some of these, I will say, were a little difficult because I noticed a trend. The way the previous map ended had a very strong effect on what everybody predicted for the next map. So the winner of a staple gun for the closest prediction of the first map is going to be Sugar. Congratulations, Sugar. I'll get in contact with you. For the closest prediction of the second map, which had a lot more people predicting that Tank would win strongly in the payload versus the first one, is Dragon Princess 1822.
Let's go.
I'll get in contact with you as well. That is also for printed staple gun. For number 3, map 3, that's the Volcano. The closest prediction was Snarples. So congratulations, Snarples.
Let's go.
Snarps! Oh, big name Snarps there. Real quick, highs. I see you saying you won $100 high. Hello, Bloodfish. We're going through award winners right now. Just give us 1 second.
One more. Just one more. For the 4th map, for the Quarry map, the all-important map, the closest prediction winner is Stun.
Let's go.
Dude, that is Stun.
Big Stun.
Very well done.
Where am I?
Wow, great.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Sorry.
Welcome to the booth, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. I think that's all the giveaways and whatnot, right? Okay, so
yeah.
Gollum's giving me a nod here. Goose, do you have any questions you want to ask the big winners here?
I just want to know, what were you guys like expecting coming into this match? I know this was going to be it's the finals. You got to give it all up. You got to leave it all on the field, so to say. But what were you guys coming in here with this thinking?
I need a second. My hands are shaking. My heart rate's going. I just need a second.
Let me speak for a shout.
What's up?
You want me speak for you while you take a second?
I'm cool. Okay, so going into this match, honestly, as on paper, we haven't really beaten FeaR. We haven't really scrimmed them a lot, and pubs are always a little difficult too. They're very mechanically talented. So a lot of it just came down to how much prep, like how much time we put into prep, and specifically trying to play around how they play. I put a lot of effort into that, and the team reciprocated that. They were very active, they were very focused, and that this was multiple weeks we were prepping for this. We thought this was going to be the finals match. So we going into the match, it was our game to win, really. We took care of what we could control. We just had to play with confidence and try to bring it home.
You guys put up a great game there. Togo, I'd love to hear your answer to the same question.
How did you feel at the end of that Volcano? That was super hard fought and well done. I love seeing that performance out of you guys.
I think a lot of people was so happy to win this Volcano because I think, no joke, we just suck at payload. The boss was really complicated. Every time we tried to group ups, that ended not really good. So we lost a lot of time in early for the first map. At the end of the Volcano, we was like, okay, we can win. Let's go, guys.
Yeah, no kidding. And you really brought it to Tank in that Quarry as well. Obviously, just because the scoreboard says 3-0, that really does not tell the story that unfolded in that Quarry. That was so back and forth. That was insane to watch. I could tell that the mental momentum was back and forth every which way for both teams. That was exciting to see. I love to see that from you guys.
Thank you.
That was a great match.
And also one thing to note is more even during the season, FeaR initially was placed in Sprinter tier, in that middle tier, and had a very big roster change. That's got to have a really big effect on the way that the team communicates with each other and has to build itself up. What kind of was your experience over the course of the season of playing with a more mixed roster of players, and sort of getting to the point that you guys are now playing in the grand final as a top tier team?
At first time, FeaR, I wanted to like have a French team, so it was all best French player. But the problem was like a lot of French players just stopped. Like Shenro didn't want to, Rafiki wanted to stop a bit. We have Lil Fizz 2, etc, etc, Ryan 2. So we lost all our French players. So I know at the end, at the start of the season that FeaR will be complicated because I don't know if I can have 5 every times. And then it was Flame, I think, who told me like a lot of so it was Horizon who couldn't because I don't understand, I don't know why, but they needed a lot of they needed a team with a lot of good players, so they joined FeaR, and so that was my first time. Second time because I have last time with FeaR was European but a lot of French. But this season was like my first season with like a lot of French and like a lot of English people and just one French. So it was really insane, and I love all my guys really. But that changed a lot of things because we need to talk in English. I need to train a bit my English too.
It's a unique challenge.
Yeah. And furthermore, I think at the start it was like 2 separate team. Like there was Horizon player and FeaR player. So we needed to like play half FeaR and half Horizon when we do matches. But at the end, it's just FeaR, and every player was like FeaR player, and I love all of them. That was really cool to play this season.
It was excellent to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this has been a long time in the making. I'd love to hear you talk about. You joined in early on Iron. Your team broke up, and then now a lot of the old Iron people together. Bases. What is it like? Season, getting to claim the championship with some of your oldest friends and some of your newest.
I can't really stress enough how much this means to me individually. Because like even the players that you didn't see much of, Suitmaker, IV didn't play. He didn't really play much this season at all. Defy's only in one map. Me and Toast were in for most of it. A lot of the work that goes into what you guys see on casts is done by those people. Like we would not have 3-0'd Pew on Volcano without the help of IV. Some of our successes on Abyss would not have been possible without Suitmaker. So it's just something that's like the entire like culmination of every single one of our efforts across all these seasons, with how much knowledge we've gained from all our other teams finally converging into taking this title home. It genuinely means so much to me.
Yeah, and you guys got a well-deserved second too, might I, for Toga and all of FeaR. The performance that FeaR put up this season was so fun to watch. It was, you guys did, put together a good roster.
Every single match was exciting. Every single one.
This season was great for both of the teams here. I don't cast as much as I used to and all that, but like I still love watching the interesting games and the games with the teams that are so much fun to watch. And you guys really put on a good show this whole season. This is a great cap to season 10. 5 years of the league, the 10th biggest season. Like it's. I'm so happy that it was able to turn out with 2 teams that were able to put on a great show. Mel, stop being so funny. You're like, I have to hold back my laughs and this. Like, try to be all professional. Mel's cracking jokes over here. Goose, do you have any questions? Do you have any?
I just want to give a shout out to everybody, all the casters, everybody who's made these casts possible. It takes a team to put on this season, and shout out to the production crew.
Yeah, absolutely. We would not have the same. Frankly, we would have everybody in the community plays a huge part in what this community is, but all of the effort that goes on in the back end, and even the effort that you see with the casting and with the commentary, is something I like to harp on every single time I get the opportunity. It is hugely appreciated by everybody. Anytime somebody is even just willing to try and willing to put in the effort and cast these games, get them recorded. Everybody loves being able to watch these matches back, sometimes even showing them to other people they care about that might not be part of the league. And that effort, that ability is entirely because of the effort of these casters, commentators, these graphic designers, our website dev, Dave, and everybody who contributes to that. So I really appreciate it.
If I could just tack on, like, I mean, even just looking at the screen we have now with, like, you know, the each team has their animations in the corners, the cool new Dash League X logo, everything being moving, the face cam and everything. Like, I cannot express, Goose, how unbelievable you have made this. Like,
yes, dude.
The casting was already, we had the highest casting percentage of like pretty much any esports league, and I thought the quality was pretty high. I enjoyed commentating with Gollum a lot. I thought we put up a good show, and like, you just took all of that and said, oh no, I can make this 100 times better. Like, I mean, you make old casts look like, you know, child's play with how much work and amazing stuff you put in. And I really hope that the whole community understands, like, how much work you do, and how the only reason these things look as good as they do is because of you. And,
well, thank you.
I would love everybody in the chat to give Goose
or a big egg in the chat.
Or a big egg. We only gave away one golden egg this whole time. We're gonna have to change that.
Well, every match gets an egg next season.
Yeah.
But no, I appreciate all the kind words. You know, I love this league. I love everybody in it. You know, I've had a blast participating and casting and creating all this stuff. It's really cool. I like it. I don't know. But yeah, I appreciate the kind words. That's awesome.
And with that,
yeah, I mean, I think
that does it.
Yeah, I think that's stream. Congratulations to all the winners. Congratulations to both teams that put up a great performance today. Thank you, everybody, for joining us in this live stream. Be sure to give it a nice little like before you leave. It really helps with when it turns into a VOD, getting that recommended. Where's the Toast Award for being the best player ever? Yeah, well,
yeah, where is that award, huh?
True. Yeah. It's just stick around, just at the end of the cast.
Keep waiting, you'll find it.
Yeah, you have to watch the stream. We hit it includes like Dark Souls lore. Okay, thank you so much, everybody, for joining. This is going to be us. Goose, you want to sign us out?
Absolutely. So Tank ends up taking it, and Tank is your Dasher tier champions for Dash League Season X, and that's the end of the season, guys. We'll be back though. We've got All Stars, and we've got the award show. We've got more stuff coming at you. But that'll do it for us today. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is near you. It's Dash League time, baby, and we will see you next time on Dash League Network. I've been Goose. I've been joined by NotGollum and Willow. Thank you guys, and the team captains, of course. We'll see you next time. Bye.